Hello, hello. Hello, number ones. Hey, Cram Society, good to see you here. Jeremiah, Nicholas, Daniel Edwards. Nice to see you here. Thank you, Ray Gonzalez, for the 5 members. Very much appreciated. We're also listening to a little bit of Diablo, because why not? Thank you so much for the support, Ray. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, Josh, you're on time. We just started. And hello, Mohammed4037 on Twitch. Hello to you as well. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Mark Inglese from Australia. Good to see you. Muppet time it is. You recognize the music? Yeah, it's the original Diablo. Love it. It's very good. Hey, Melanie. Good to see you here. So we got a few things to check out tonight. Hopefully we're going to have a good time. Debunking nonsense. So yeah. I hope you're having a good time, guys. Got a few things to review. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll wait. Let me see the... how's the signal? We got excellent connections. It's always lovely. It's always lovely. To be specific, this is Tristram. I think it's the town. It's the music of the town. Yes, it is, of course. At least in Diablo 1, it's the music of the town. I'm not sure if they maintained it or like rearranged it for the others. Good night from Portugal. Hey, AP, good to see you here. Hey, Jaron. This phone still works, yes. Yeah, it works. Oh, yes, there is a lot of nonsense. You're right, Paulie. Tonight I've got a couple of things that I'd like to review. And then we might play a little bit. Just want to say thank you, massive thank you to Constellation for the super chat. I sure hope you contact the University of Iowa and Johns Hopkins before you make your Noah's Flood video. Why, did they have information about it? I usually do my own research on those. Usually my Bible videos are all me, but I don't have people in the team either that help me with those. It is a good music for the background, isn't it? This is yeah, this is good stuff, guys. This is old school. Old school phone. Hello. Yes. Right. Thank you. Oh, they just said you're a Muppet. Yeah, it's a rotary phone. You know what's funny? I always forget that that's the word, rotary, and I always call it rotisserie, like chicken. Rotisserie phone. I mean, the motion is kind of the same, isn't it? Sort of. I want to say thank you to Dapper Hell Jump for supporting the stream. Thank you very much. I found a mint Teppo from... oh, Teppo, the actual... wow. From the Edo period for 850 before tax and shipping. If such a were to hypothetically end up in your hands, what kind of content would you make? Love your old and new content. Our Christus Rex Regnum. Man, that would be amazing. What would I make? I don't think I would shoot it, unfortunately, because YouTube is pretty bad when it comes to that. So I would probably just make a video about the history of it, and that's what I would do. Maybe even comparative history with like the Portuguese models and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not the kind of channel that would go out and shoot it, because I would love to. But here we are with YouTube. You have to be careful with everything. Yeah, YouTube is pretty bad with that. Like the GUN channels, as you see, I can't even use a word. The GUN channels have been hit really hardly with that kind of stuff. Some still do it, but I think you have to be huge because, as you know, massive channels have a different set of rules than the rest of us. Let's see. First time on the live, Charlie. Thank you. Great to have you here. Rotary chicken does sound pretty funny. It actually does if you swap it the other way around. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you in 5 minutes or so. I'll tell you what we're doing tonight. So how's Twitch? Food phone, yeah. Hi Metatron, the famous other Viking. Absolutely, yeah, that's me. That's one of the topics we're gonna go into today again. We have a question in Italian from Personal Branding Olistico. Ciao Meta, hai mai parlato di Mauro Biglino? So he's asking me, he said, hello Meta, have you ever spoken about Mauro Biglino? I mentioned him a few times on passing. I think he's an excellent translator. I agree with a lot of his translations, in fact, although I disagree with the fundamental core position. I own a couple of his books, by the way. I think he's good. I would totally make a collaboration with him. We disagree at the fundamental core, but I think he's good. He's like a really good translator. And he knows his stuff. A lot of the hate he gets is unfair. Do I play Warhammer 40k? I've never... Maybe I played it once when I was a child. I collect it. But I don't want to say I don't play it, because hopefully, eventually, I will. And I do have a few. It's like I was just starting to build an Eldari army. And but I also have a few minis for the Tau, because I like that they remind me of anime robots. Regardless of that, I'm more of a fantasy guy. But I'm not against it. Maybe one day if I put together an actual Eldari force, like a full-on battalion or something like that, then it would be good. Hey, Kristen. She says, I'm happy to join in on some nonsense. Yeah, we've got some good nonsense prepared. As you see, I have a lot of tabs. Well, you don't see it right now, but I do have a lot of tabs. And we're going to go into mostly 2 topics. But any other nonsense you guys want to bring up, I'm open to the possibility of going even deeper, if needed. Yeah, the tower, pretty cool. Unsubscribe because you don't like the tower. I think the tower cool. Plus they got the blue skin. You can paint them with some nice shading. Alright, let me tell you a little bit about the topics, guys, just to give you an idea. So today we're going to begin with a little bit of ancient Egypt. And then we're going to move into the Viking age. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. The Islamic Viking age of the Muslims. So we're going to do that. But before we do that, let me see. All right, so the first thing I'd like to address today is something that, believe it or not, I've never really talked about on a video nor a stream. And it's this. This is called the Dendera light. Dendera being the town where this was found, south of Cairo. And yeah, I mean, there is a lot to talk about. And considering the fact that I did make recently a video on the ancient Egyptian helicopters and whatnot, well, this one kind of connects to that. So I thought, why not? Just talking a little bit about it, tell you what this means, what this is. Of course, it's called Dendera light. It's also called Dendera light bulb, because it's something that some people are trying to use because of course it's a hieroglyphic and from ancient Egypt. And then some people use this as proof that the ancient Egyptians had electricity because they could build a light bulb. Now, what's interesting, the reason why I'm bringing it up again, even though, I mean, this has been discussed for years, One is because, I mean, it's funny, so it even has its own Wikipedia page. So, and I always love talking about these things. I just wish that these ideas were backed with more evidence, because I would love it to be true, regardless. So I wanted to talk about it because, as you know, we've been talking about the pyramids, the discoveries, the structures under the pyramids, and one of the things that has surfaced as one of the reasons why there are allegedly pillars under the pyramids of the Giza Plateau is for the production of electricity. That's one of the reasons. One is structural support. The other thing that has been pushed by the likes of Armando May and whatnot. But of course, this whole idea of the ancient pyramids being a power plant, it's not new. It's not new. Now, I'm not against the idea that perhaps the pyramids, in fact, I would remove the word perhaps, that the pyramids had several functions and they weren't just tombs. I'm not against that. So I'm not going to be one of those who tells you, no, it's just a tomb. No, I think it did have more functions to that. But I do not believe that one of those functions is power plants or production of electricity. But this is one of the pieces of evidence that it's usually used to say, well, look at them, this is clearly a light bulb. So we're going to go into this, we're going to dive into this, we're going to look at what it is, where the site is, when it was made, that's another thing, where it's found, what structure, what it could mean, because the thing is, I'll grant you this. When you look at this in a vacuum, so we just look at the images, it does look like a light bulb. Well, it's a very elongated light bulb, and most importantly, it's a huge freaking massive light bulb, isn't it? I mean, honestly, this thing would weigh a freaking ton. And I mean it, by the way, because if this is a light bulb, we would have to imagine, well, I'll dissect this, of course, but this, for now, I'm just going to say it would weigh a lot, because look at the size in comparison of the guy who is holding it. So this is like a 2.5 meters light bulb. And so there is that. But then we're gonna discuss about why it would weigh a ton, but it would. For now, just trust me, it would weigh a lot. And so so it does kinda. It doesn't even really look like. I mean, people could argue it looks like an eggplant if you really want to go there. But yeah, no, if we want to say, no, it is a light bulb, okay, then you have to consider the fact that it's very different from how a light bulb is today, and unless we go into very kind of rarely used shapes. But most importantly, it would be massive, massive, huge. But anyways, we're going to go into this. The second topic that we're going to discuss after I talk a little bit with you. Yeah, this could be proof of Bigus Ticus from, that is, I would rather believe that, regardless. So there is this, and then the other thing we're going to look at is McDonald's. Now, what the heck is this? Is this? So, once again, I recently posted a video about these ideas that have been pushed now in some academic circles, and then they have been completely twisted by all sorts of articles for political reasons, that apparently the Vikings were Muslims. And this is where it all started, guys. It's this ring. So we're going to look at the ring, and we have two articles that I would like to read. One with you is from Live Science, and believe it or not, this is actually not bad. I read it, I went through it, and I think once we read this, we'll be like, there is no way this is all this entire nonsense of the Muslim Vikings is being based on. It is. And then, but this is not too bad. This is not too bad. Then we're going to look at this article, 5 things you didn't know about Vikings and Muslim civilization. This one, once again, is not as bad as the other articles that we have read. Okay? But it still has the message. It still has the message. So we'll look into the message, of course, but we'll extrapolate the real information, separate it from the message. But in general, today, differently from the other day where I posted the horrible articles that were pushing nonsense, today we're going to see, okay, but what are they basing this nonsense on? And then we're going to kind of look at this and go through with a fine comb. That's what we're going to do today. So these are the two things we are discussing. But before we start, we also have the Wikipedia page open. So it's going to be fun. But first, let's see what you guys have to say today. How we doing? How we doing? That's some big ideas here. Yeah. Thank you, Dreamheart, for being subscribed for 7 months. I really appreciate that on Twitch. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is it a +2 ring? Might be. It could be up a charisma. I mean, the ring does look pretty. On some websites, they say it's a amethyst. That's wrong. We'll look into that. Yeah, that's definitely the most probable explanation, is that it's a trophy. But there are other possible explanations, so we'll address them. Yeah, maybe it's for a sports stadium then, Adam. Hello, hello. Grandma's never wrong. Yeah, that's right. So I wish Grandma told us about this. Such a shame she didn't. She kept it to herself. 100% she knew. 100%. Oh, it's the Islamic Vikings that built the structures under the pyramids. Now it's all connected. It's all connected, I understand, yeah. There are several Dendera light carvings. I think there are at least 4 or 5 that represent this. As you can see here, you got 2, for instance. So yeah, there are plenty on the walls. Do I play Magic the Gathering? Asks Tiger Star. I did play it a little bit when I was younger. I haven't played it in ages. Yeah, it's one of the things we're going to review, Rebecca. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun. Yeah, the Islamic Viking Age, I know. You know what's funny? I'll answer this as well. You know what's funny? If they're gonna call it, imagine, don't put it past them, if they're gonna call it Islamic Viking Age because they found one ring with an inscription. It's the only ring with an inscription in Arabic. It doesn't mean it's the only object that comes from that side of the world and culture, no. But it's the only one with the actual inscription. Anyways, if they're going to rename the whole thing, then considering all the silver that they stole from Christian monasteries, man, it should be, then we should call it the Christian Age. I'm sorry. At this point, if it's based on the type of objects and the number of objects that are found that in connection to a specific religion, then it is what it is. GG at that point. Hey, thank you for the support, Emerald. One argument I have against the idea that aliens made the pyramids is this. What helped the aliens build the pyramids when they were in their Bronze Age? If nobody helped them, why would they bother to help us? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as I say, I can't completely reject 100% the idea that there are aliens out there. In fact, I'm open to the possibility if you look at the numbers. The other thing, though, is that when they say the aliens have already visited us, it's an intriguing and fascinating thought, but I'm going to need a little more evidence to really believe it. Again, I'm not saying 100%, guys, it never happened. I can't say that. Who knows? Particularly if you're talking about the freaking Pleistocene or, you know, early Stone Age. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? But then again, if they did invade us, they did an excellent job at only leaving here and there little pieces of evidence just to kind of give us a little bit of a spark of interest, but then they hid everything else. So anyways, I hope that maybe one day we will have some good evidence, compelling evidence, and we're like, look, we excavated a site that it's from the Mesolithic period, and we found titanium alloy. And it's dated, it's correct, it's from the Mesolithic period. That doesn't prove the aliens. At that point, it could be the other thing, the advanced human civilization that then collapsed. They all died, and we had hit a reset button, I guess. But, you know, that would be something compelling, something that would get the conversation going. How the heck did they have titanium But when you see people in the Stone Age using building structures in stone, and people in the Copper Age using tools made of copper, it's it's a little flimsy. It's a little flimsy. So there is that. Or like we see, if we find a dead body, we open within one of those temples or shafts for the pharaohs, and then we open and we're like, oh, this is probably some kind of high priest, but then it's a reptilian, the body of a reptilian. Then I'll be like, you know what? Now we can talk. So that's otherwise it's gonna be it's fun for me. It's like when you watch X-Files. Like, it's fun. I like to think and be like, oh, could you imagine if, man, the ancient Egyptians actually had contact with some alien civilization? It's amazing. I love it. But I'm not gonna say, yeah, that's what happened and the authorities are keeping it from you. It's all of those horrible archaeologists from all over the world, by the way. This is the one thing where every country, regardless of differences in religion, ethnic, politics, nothing, they all agree, this is the one thing we need to all cooperate to keep a secret. I mean, at this point, if I were a country and we are under this thing, but I'm getting bombed, for instance, from another country during a war, even during First World War, Second World War, I'd be like, fuck it. At this point, I'm going to spill the beans if you don't stop. If this is like that kind of agreement, if I'm getting destroyed, I might as well. How did they do that? How did they do? So basically, you're telling me that like the Russians during the Soviet Union and America, they were like, we hate each other, Cold War and everything, but don't spill the beans. Make sure your archaeologists are going to hide the same thing that my archaeologists are hiding. This is the thing about conspiracy theories oftentimes. And again, there are some conspiracy theories, and I'm like, this used to be a conspiracy theory. What about now? It's been proven to be right. Occasionally it does happen. But I'm like, could you imagine the level of coordination and cooperation between foreign powers that are often enemies? But on that one thing, they're all together. We need to hide the reptilians. I mean, unless it's the reptilians that are making you do it. Then at that point, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe it's the reptilians that are making them do it. If it's the reptilians, it's the reptilians.
The reptilians made me do it.
That could be the new, see if that works in court. Anyways, how about we start having a look at this? Let me see what else you guys are saying. Let me see what you guys... why did I even move you away if I'm going to read what you're saying before Yeah, the reptilians and the Cold War. Yeah, that could be an interesting... Well, that's a good title for a book, The Reptilians and the Cold War. How about that? It could be a decorated club, not a bulb. Yes, but that's not the current... So if you have ever looked into Egyptian mythology, you kind of know what it is already. That's really that... It's not that complicated. Also because they do tell us what it is. It's literally written in hieroglyphic characters all over. On the top right, on the top left, they do tell us what it is. So there is that, I suppose. Thank you so much, Ray Gonzalez, for being a member for 2 months. The Alien, if you want my knowledge, you have to find it first. I felt it all in one piece. Yeah, exactly. I left it all in one piece, exactly, yeah. Okay, guys, let's get started, and then I'll take a mini break where I read... Well, I'm still going to read your comments, of course, but let's have a look. All right, so what have we... Let me move you to the side so I don't block anything for once in my life. So what are we talking about? Of course, the Dendera light, as I was telling you, is from the town of Dendera, south of Cairo. And this is found specifically inside a temple. And so that you can find it, maybe I can show you, is the temple of Hathor, which I could have prepared. But that's me we're talking about. So, like, what did you expect? Let me see if I can show you the temple of Hathor very quickly. Temple of Hathor. There we go. It's a beautiful temple complex, by the way. There we go. So, if you're into temples in ancient Egypt, you're going to love this. So, this is the main structure of the temple. And it's inside this structure, among the walls that have certain motifs and inscriptions, that we find the incriminated Dendera light. Now, As I was saying, this is a complex, and it's even encapsulated within walls, defensive walls. It's very beautiful. It has some gorgeous, gorgeous art. We'll get back to the art, the way it looks now, and the way it looked when the temple was discovered and sort of reorganized and studied. We'll talk about that, particularly the ceiling, because it really has to do with this whole situation, and it kind of helps us shed some light, pun intended, on the Dendera light bulb. So anyways, what I like about this is that the whole complex is relatively ancient, in the sense that we are talking about the pharaoh Pepe the First, so 6th dynasty, when some of the first buildings started to be, or structures started to be constructed. But then more construction continued in the 18th dynasty. But at the end of the day, and this is a very important element here, this building, the main building, and the subterranean crypts are Ptolemaic. They're from the Ptolemaic period. So we're talking, well, this one specifically, probably 55 BC. So it is ancient, but it isn't as ancient as some people make it sound to be. Because when you look at websites that talk about this, the Lights of the Pharaohs, which is this book, I'm going to try and butcher German, Das Licht der Pharaonen. I don't know if I destroyed it, but it means the light of the pharaohs. And you see the massive pyramid. You see the massive pyramid behind it. And you're like, ooh, the ancient Egyptian pharaohs who built the pyramids had access to technology that would harvest electricity and produce it in order to use the light bulbs. Like that's this is the connection you would think. Problem is that this structure where we found the inscriptions inside this is from the Ptolemaic period. In fact, it was finished in the Roman period. Rome. So this, even if the light bulb, this is actually a light bulb. I know you see a little Egyptian in here, but even if this were true, it would the title of that book would be misleading, because it would be the Ptolemaic people, so the Greeks in power, and the Romans, who would have access and knowledge of this light bulb electricity device, and they would be the ones who then represented it on the walls. So, no, it wouldn't be the ancient Egyptian pharaohs that did it. If we really, and also this then begs the question, if the Romans had access to this technology, then why the heck don't we find any light bulb in the Roman context? And the reason is simple, because it wasn't a light bulb, and this was an ancient Egyptian thing. It had to do with their mythology. As you know, the Romans' approach to foreign mythology is, oh yeah, worship whoever you want, as long as you pay taxes and you remember that the emperor is the greatest god of all. Do you have a problem with that? Say yes. I dare you. Diciterum, as you would say in Latin. And they say, no, sir. Okay, then. Build this. Great. Draw whatever the heck you want. Who cares? That's how the Romans approached, in a very simplified, superficial manner, foreign people's mythologies and pantheons. They don't care. They don't care. So what is it then, right? Now that we place this temporally and we place this geographically, it's this temple complex. I'll see if I can find more pictures of the actual. In fact, let me see if I write complex and we see more pictures maybe of the outside. Yeah, here are some more pictures of the outside. And as I say, look at this. A lot of these, however, you see that there are Greek-style columns. It's because it was completed during the Ptolemaic period and then Roman period. So it's kind of a mixture. In fact, one of the most stunning pieces of art that you find in this temple, the main structure, is a zodiac representation that most likely was a copy of an early Babylonian one. Having said that, let's examine the light bulb. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen says it's that a giant sex toy. I mean, it would make more sense than the light bulb. So, at this point, feel free to imagine. Let your imagination fly. Okay. So as I was saying, there are several of these, but I think the one that usually is used more commonly is this one that I'm now hiding because I'm a Muppet. Wow! Okay, I'm back. So this is the one that we are going to use as a basis. What have we got here? Is it good? How's the resolution of this? Maybe I can find one with better resolution. Well, I mean, we can see it. We can see it. All right, indulge me. So in theory, the way that this has been explained is the following. This is a massive glass light bulb. The thing that you see in the middle is an incandescent filament. So similar to the technology that we have, that's the part that glows in a light bulb and produces light. Then this section here would be the socket where you screw the, no puns intended with what you were imagining, where you screw the light bulb to connect it to whatever. And then this would be the power cable that goes all the way to this. And then this. So of course, in this idea, this would be an insulator. This little shaft that we have here with the discs would be the insulator. So I imagine this is connected to the pyramids, even though, once again, this has nothing to do with the pyramids. But since we've been told by Mr. May that the shaft under the pyramids are producing electricity, I imagine it's a massive power point. And that's the explanation. Now let's talk about what this actually is. But before we do that, I want to acknowledge your super chats. Face, Metatron, have you heard that Bluetooth is named for Harold Bluetooth, a Viking? I actually did hear that. And the Bluetooth long logo is a take on runic text. I actually did hear this. I didn't have time to double check it, but it's an awesome piece of information if it's true. And it's worth a live stream at one point. Thank you, Ray. It's an Egyptian ad for erectile dysfunction. Oh my gosh. It helps you grow 2 inches. Well, man, that's more than 2 inches, my friend. That is criminal. That is criminal length. Hey, History with Hilbert. So good to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Occam Razor, surfer dude with surfboard. Once again, yeah. If those are the only two options, surfer dude would make more sense. Egypt is facing the Mediterranean after all, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, we're doing the ring. We're doing the ring as well. Absolutely, we're doing the ring. As soon as I'm done with the light bulb, we're doing the Viking Islamic ring, 100%. Is the light bulb in his book? I would imagine so, but the problem is that he never sent it. He said he was gonna, right? Zaki Hawaz said he was gonna send the pages and the copies for the book, and he never did, so there is that. Oh no, you didn't miss the Viking discussion. We're still gonna have to, we are starting with this, and then we're moving on to that. And then I'm gonna make the super cuts and the videos and add stuff to them. It's gonna be glorious, guys. It's gonna be glorious. So thank you again, everyone, for the support. Of course, thank you, Dapper. It is some sort of representation of a plant, real or mythical. Bro, come on. It has petals. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I know. But, that's the problem when you have, that's the problem. I'm going to move into this. That's the problem when you have a result first and then you inspect the evidence to confirm the result that you have already decided. This is what happens a lot, unfortunately. We all have a little tendency. It's called selective bias, among other things, but that's basically what you do. Instead of first we look at the evidence and then we declare a result based on that evidence. People decide what the result is and then selectively choose the evidence that agrees with them while disregarding everything else. And that's where we are at the end of the day. All right, so now that we have seen the nonsense explanation, look at this. Now that we've seen the nonsense explanation of this, let's talk about what this actually is. So the way this is represented is the following. First of all, let's talk about the filament that in theory, even though, again, the filament alone wouldn't do anything, you would still need some stuff in here inside the bulb to make it work so that it does become incandescent, I would like to say. But regardless, let's say they had a different technology. This is not a filament, this is a serpent. This is a serpent, and it's a representation of a god or creation. And the god, and by the way, this is not me saying it, it's not even archaeologists saying it, it's them saying it, because there is an inscription that I'm going to read that tells us who this is. And it's on top of this. Like, it's there. It's on the freaking wall. Like, can you imagine? Like it's literally lit in there, and people are like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't want to see it. I don't." That's what they say. They don't say, "Oh, this is a powerful gift from the gods that we use, a device that we use, an object." Maybe they didn't have the word device. An object that the gods have gifted us, and this object is used to produce light in the darkness. I mean, if this is what was written on the walls, I'd say that people would have a better approach to this. But oh no, they tell us it's the snake god of creation. And so this is what this is. And what's interesting about this snake god, and we see this in other sections, is that he is said within Egyptian mythology that once you had this numerical, this like infinite sea, primordial sea, from which everything was created, including the gods, what's the first object that appears from under the waters of this primordial sea? Lotus flower. A lotus flower. Right here. This is the lotus flower. And the Egyptian mythology tells us that this snake, this god, this deity, emerges from a lotus flower. So, to give us a parallel, because of course we are not ancient Egyptians, we do not understand, unless you study this and you look at this, well, you don't know the religion behind it, and so you don't recognize this symbolism. Now imagine that someone from 2,000 years sees a representation of Christian imagery, and they completely misrepresent it, because maybe they see the cross, but they don't know anything about it. They don't know that it's a representation of our God. For me, because I'm a Christian, if you're not, you know what I mean. You're still welcome, no attacks. But I'm saying it's a representation of my God because he died on the cross and then it was resurrected on the third day. Now, from someone in 2,000 years from now that imagined there was a cataclysm, we lost all data and information, they have no access to that, but they do find the cross on a wall. But that cross looks a little bit like some kind of technology that they have 2,000 years in the future. They will look at it and they might think, oh gosh, did they have this technological, whatever the heck it is, marvel that they made, right, with their own material? No, it didn't. It was a representation of Jesus Christ and the way he was crucified, because there is a connection between the cross, which was the object, and then, of course, if they study our history, and then they study Roman history, and they know how the Romans used crucifixion and what, all of that. So once you have an understanding of the religion in question, you will immediately recognize, oh, of course, that's the serpent god of creation, which, by the way, in this period, because we are in the late Ptolemaic period, there had already happened a certain level of syncretism between this snake god and Amun-Ra, the sun god. So these two start to be merged, and so it's a representation of Amun-Ra as well, and he comes from the flower. So this flower here is not a socket, it's a freaking flower. it's the lotus. And this here, which is once again being considered to be, it's an insulator for electricity. No, this is another piece of iconography that you find everywhere. In fact, it's over here as well. And it's called a jet. I believe it's transitioned into jot when it comes to Coptic. Modern iteration, but regardless, it's a pillar that it's a symbolism of stability. We find it all over the place. If you have ever seen an ancient Egyptian amulet, boom, they have these all over the place. And yeah, it's not an insulator for electricity, because then it would only be connected to this device. No, we find it everywhere because it's a representation of stability, but it's often sometimes connected to the god Osiris. In fact, in the hieroglyphic imagery, if you see this and a pair of eyes, then you can pretty much double down and be like, okay, in this case, it's a connection to Osiris. So yeah, that's what this is. Now, what about the bulb? Now that we've discussed the serpent, the filament, we've discussed the socket, the flower, we have discussed this. What is this? Well, this is a representation of creation. In fact, it's the womb of a goddess of life. One more thing that I want to say. So we know what this is, and once again, it's written all over the wall. This is the part that amazed me the most when it comes to the relief. If this was only interpretation based on mythological understanding of their religion, then you could be like, well, yes, but, I mean, still. But it's written. It's on the wall. It's everywhere. So it's like, read it at this point. Just read it. They'll tell us what it is. Having said this, and then I'll read the super chats and whatnot. We'll take a mini break and then we'll continue. So another thing that I wanted to say about this is the following. I found an image that I want to share with you because, of course, let me see where I put it. I think I put it in a dedicated folder. Am I right? I think it is in the dedicated folder, so give me 1 second to find it. I called it, what would I call a folder about the light bulb? Maybe I called it, let me see. Yeah, I actually called it Dendera for once in my life. I found it. Hey, maybe I'm learning. Took a while, didn't it? All right, let me share this then. Because you would be like, but Metatron, if this is the serpent of creation and it comes out of a lotus flower, shouldn't we find a representation somewhere else that shows just that? And here it is. In this case, they did it without the light bulb, but you can clearly see it's a serpent. There is no way anyone can look at this and tell me it's the filament of the inside of a light bulb with a straight face. And here is the exact same lotus. And in fact, in this specific image, it's on top of a barge. This is what this is, which also has the representation of the lotus. So once again, a connection to water, the primordial sea, and all of that. The only difference is that in this case, you don't have the rest of the creation universe, which once again represents the womb of the goddess of life. So yeah, no, this is what it is. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. And well, yeah, so where did I find this? In the same freaking temple. This is not from a completely different context. It's in the same temple. I know it is interesting stuff when you actually look at the real stuff behind it without the, oh, this is a light bulb. And one of these days, maybe tomorrow, I'll do a live stream dedicated to the laptops in ancient Greece, which is another one that will, with the USB ports. We'll talk about that on a separate one. But for today, I kind of wanted to explore this because when you actually, I think sometimes, even though I do love the ideas behind some of these alien, because I like the idea of alien stuff for mostly for gaming, but I do like it. But I think when you focus on that and you think it's true, the problem is that you miss out. And that's really the saddest part about it, because the reality around it is so much more interesting to actually look and figure out how these people thought. That's what I like, personally. But again, that's just me. All right, let me have a look at what you guys were saying, and then we continue. And because I do want to read one of the wall inscriptions in English, translated in English, so you see what they're actually telling us specifically about this. Okay. You're in Rome? Nice. Good to hear. Interesting stuff. Completely agree. Yeah, exactly. It's the. Thank you, Snurdy, for subscribing with Prime. I really appreciate that. Of course, you can share whatever you want, Nicholas. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to thank Phase 2 for supporting the stream. People say government means mind control. Does that mean device, mean of vice? Yeah, exactly. I've been blocked from challenging the government conspiracy. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. I mean, governments are based on control of the masses. So we have some ideas here. What do you guys think? Eggplant? We'll have to see. By the way, there is something I have for you a little later if you stick and continue with the live stream today. It's going to be fun. We're actually going to have a poll. I already kind of imagine. It's just to see what you guys think, and then we'll see if you're right or you're wrong. Don't worry. It has to do with the Afrocentric community. I'm just going to say that. But it's the only thing, okay? I'm not going to focus on that today. Nothing. I think we're already focusing on this. But I will have a poll dedicated to them. And we'll see if you guys guess it right or no. So I'll do that later. Greetings from Greece. Greetings, my friend. Thank you for being here. It's some representation. Yeah, as we were saying, there is the flower. You're absolutely right. And I mean, I think it's quite obvious, isn't it? It's just one of those things. What can I say? Let me double check that I didn't skip anyone. Don't want to disrespect. I think, let me see. No, yeah, and I think I got all of you. Yeah, I think I got all of you. Cool. So back to live chat. Thank you, Dapper. I had literally no frame of reference and I interpreted the image correctly. Exactly. That's insane. This archaeology stuff is easy. I might be an expert now. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, but yeah, in this case, I would say it's common sense. And goodness gracious, Emerald, $100 donation. Massive W. I mean, thank you to everyone who has donated, but this requires a massive W in chat. Guys, massive W for Emerald. Emerald is the king today. And we're going to do a little animation for him immediately. And then I'm going to read. Let's do some fireworks for Emerald. Thank you very much, man. Epic. That was absolutely epic. Back from dinner, when I made my first super chat, my point wasn't about if there is aliens or not. My point is that aliens would have the same trial and error history as ours. Stone Age, Bronze Age, oh, I see, Industrial. It's possible. I mean, we don't know that. It's possible, absolutely. If it's kind of, you know what the problem is that the only point, you could be right, but the only point of reference, it's our own civilization, and we have never seen another civilization that isn't from this planet. So we only have this point of reference, which is why I think you are, and you might be right. Maybe people have to, intelligence organisms have to go through the same, or maybe not. You know, imagine if it's a planet where the conditions are different, and it's a planet where they can never leave the Stone Age because they literally have no way to harvest metal. Or maybe it's a planet where they do start harvesting metal a lot earlier than us. They might skip an entire section. You know, it's difficult to say. It really is difficult to say. But thank you again, Emerald. You're the man. Thank you for the support. That was really epic. Yeah, Thunderbird, I agree, man. It would have been awesome if this were actual representation of light bulbs. Imagine an ancient advanced civilization that the ancient Egypt... Yeah, I know. I know, it would be incredible. But it's incredible because it's not credible enough to be credible. That's the problem about it. That's the problem about it. Thank you, Emerald, again. You really appreciate that. That was amazing. Will you ever upload on Emerald? No, I don't really want to do Instagram, Gorilla. I'll be honest with you. I'm already kind of... I don't want to say spread thin, because at the end of the day, I'm having a good time with all the platforms. But I don't want to deal with another social media thing. I mean, I've got enough. I've got enough right now. Thank you so much, Bakaros, for loving the channel. How are things here? And thank you, Glenn, for subscribing with Prime on Twitch. Hello from Romania. Hey, Chefach. Romanian brother. Love your country, my friend. No, I haven't played Expedition 33, but my wife has just downloaded it. She downloaded it yesterday, and she's been playing it, and she's playing it right now. She says it's amazing. So at this point... Or maybe it's a power plant. Ooh. Guys, this could be it. I think it got solved. It is a plant with power. So it's a power plant. Thank you, Mathieu. Really interesting video from you. Netflix Barbarian spoken Latin, full analysis, incredible. Yeah, I just posted that one on the second channel. It was good fun. It was basically a supercut with some addition to it of an older video that I made a few years ago. But as I say, on the older video was less high quality because I didn't put the Latin with the phonemic vowel length on screen, and also was kind of never getting to the point. So it's a supercut, and I think it fits the second channel well. And I thought, since almost 45,000 people joined in the last 3 weeks alone on the second channel, that's a lot of new people, and definitely they haven't seen that on the main. And so I decided to rework it and upload it as a separate video. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Benjamin. So close to 1 million subs. Congrats. Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate that. So one of the reasons that I don't know if you noticed, I slowed down the upload intensity a little bit. Right now I'm uploading every other day, and rather than daily on the main. And I also decreased a little bit the live streams. I still do them, but I don't do them as much. Is because daily upload and almost daily streams was killing the growth. It was good for money, but it wasn't good for growth. So I decided to test. You know, I always do tests. Don't imagine that something I do is permanent. Well, unless it like makes the channel explode, then it would. So right now I decided to reduce a little bit, just a little bit, for my, like a week or 10 days and see what happens. So we test the system. But since I stopped doing that, the money did go down, so I'm making a little less money now, but the views have gone up, so hopefully that will, and plus you guys are amazing with all the support tonight. I think you're compensating for it. But I noticed that the number of subscribers is going up now. So we'll have to see how this works. I'm doing tests, just trying to figure out this algorithm stuff. So thank you for your patience. And thank you, Alexander. I'm writing Roman propaganda. How do I write in a way that makes sense to Romans? Make fun of whoever you want to, or possibly eradicate completely the memory of the person you're trying to attack. If you don't have that ability, it's called damnatio memoriae in Latin. If you don't have that ability, then you would have to... Yeah, basically, it really is propaganda. It's like slander. That's what the Romans did. They would make up lies or exaggerate stuff about people that they want to discredit. And sometimes it's not even the person that they want to discredit because he's already dead. Sometimes it's their faction. So you might have some anti-imperial propaganda for pro-republic people. You see that in the sources. Anyways, make up a lot of lies. It's kind of similar to what my enemies online do to me. Just make up a bunch of lies, put my face on a thumbnail, write some bad word on the thumbnail, and yeah, straw men and ad hominem, and boom. Pretty much that. We've been doing it since the freaking Paleolithic. I can already imagine a Stone Age tribe talking about the hunters of the other tribe, saying, oh, these hunters are so horrible. They are racist. They're horrible. They are bigots that refuse to use bows and arrow, a Mesolithic invention. They refuse to use bows and arrow and they still stick to the javelins. Unbelievable. And then the other side is going to be like, reject modernity, stick to tradition. I think we've been doing this since the freaking... Yeah. I'm just saying. I do believe that that's what's happening. But glory to Pompey. Guys, raise both hands. I can see you're not doing... I can see you. There you go. Both. Yeah, you started raising and then you stopped. Come on, man. Raise it. That's it. Great. Thank you. Glory to Pompey, guys. Thank you, Daniel. I check each day to see if you're live or have new videos. I really appreciate that, Daniel. And I might switch back to daily. I just want to test the system a little bit. What happens if I post every other day so I have a little more time to work on the videos a little better? So yeah, we'll see. And also because, and another reason is because I'm working on a massive takedown response video to a certain Freda. I'm already in contact with Lindy Beige and Shad. We've been speaking. We've been possibly working together a little bit. And so I also need time for that. But yeah, that's the idea. Glory to Pompey, guys. What can I tell you? So anyways, yeah, what I can tell you, though, is this. So another thing I wanted... Yeah, so let me read to you now one of the inscriptions on the wall. I have it here. I'm going to leave the camera like this because, I mean, it's just written on my script, so it's not great to look at. But I'm going to read it. That's what it says. Harsomtus, the great god who is in Dendera, who rises from the lotus flower as living Ba, whose perfection is risen by the images of his Ka, whose image is worshipped by the crew of the day barge, whose body is carried by the jet pillar, below his image the primeval beginner, Hathor, and whose majesty is carried by the companions of his Ka. Like, you know what I told you about what the image is? It was literally written on the freaking wall. It's written on the wall. It tells you everything. It tells you about the pillar. It tells you about the serpent, the creation, the lotus. It's all in there. All in there. I think this is from Crypt 1C, if I remember correctly, by the way, the image. But no. Electrical wire and power supply. What can you do? Did you know, by the way, since we're talking about it, do you know where it was featured and popularized? This idea of the light bulb, apart from the book that we already discussed. I'm going to show you. The one channel with the most anachronistic title ever. Like the one channel that is not called for what it is or what it does in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen. Color me surprised. Could you imagine that this is actually called history? Yeah, this guy talked about it. The bulb, yeah. There is an episode. I think it is what made his hair like this. He probably touched the bulb, and you knew it? Yeah. And so there is that. Also, why are the aliens always naked? I mean, we discovered clothing very early on from a secular standpoint in the Stone Age, very likely with animal skin. From a religious standpoint, Adam and Eve produced some kind of clothing. So regardless of which approach you want to have, I can conveniently, I can say that I would imagine that even the freaking Denisovans and the Neanderthals created some sort of clothing, but for some reasons the advanced aliens are always naked. Maybe they are nudists. Who knows? I can never understand why they always travel naked. I really don't know. But I don't know, guys. This is this was the first topic. The nudist. You know, there is a nudist beach. Well, I guess there is a nudist system, solar system, and it's ours. So if you go to another solar system, the aliens are actually dressed. But in this solar system, we get the naked aliens. So, I don't know what to tell you. Who's in charge here is what I would ask. You say they're hippies? I mean, we do have a flower. Aren't they the sons of flowers? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they are hippies. Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you before I forget. This is really important, actually. And it's really the funniest thing ever. So going back to the temple for a moment, you will see that a lot of the walls have the beautiful paints, right? We can see them. We can see the paints. And particularly if you find this image, which is the image, you can see the columns and the top of the column. So this is the ceiling, right? Now, when we opened this in the 19th century, when this was opened, it didn't look like this. We had to freshen it up, meaning that this had to be deeply cleaned in order to restore the original colors and actually be able to observe the gorgeous art. Now, do you know what it was covered in when they opened it, apart from dust, obviously, since I get dust on my computer if I don't dust it for like 3 days? Imagine hundreds and hundreds of years. Blood, you say? No. Soot. I need to show you this. I'll show you a visual representation because you gotta see it. You gotta see it because this is gonna be amazing, guys. This is how we soot. Produced by, wait for it, torch fire. Torches that have been lit up for hundreds of years produce so much soot that the residual covered up and needed to be cleaned. Here's my question. Why the heck are they using torches if they have light bulbs? Huh? Now what? Checkmate? Checkmate? I'd say this is checkmate, because if they have light bulbs, I'm sorry, there should be zero soot. Zero. In that freaking temple. And yet, we find evidence of... So, what did they use to light up the rooms? Torches. Thus, this is not a light bulb. And they didn't have electricity. You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So this is the Dendera part, guys. I hope you appreciated the first section of this video. Now, are you ready? Are you ready for more cataclysmic nonsense? Well, welcome. Let me welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you to the nonsense reality, the alternate reality of the Muslim Vikings once again. So the other day, as we were saying, we talked about the statements that the Vikings were not blonde, the Vikings were not Scandinavian, the Vikings were not pagan, I guess, at this point, and because they believe in... So anyways, we talked about the nonsense, but how did they get to the nonsense is what we're going to explore today. And I apologize profusely for this amazing, what is it, Fit Crunch, high-protein baked bar. I am ordering this immediately after the live stream. So yeah, there is that. Anyways, non-sponsored, I guess. 2 articles to check today. This one is actually not bad, the Life Science, but it will make you facepalm monumentally. It will make you facepalm because after you see, also this is what they based all that nonsense on. Yes. So this is what this article is going to do to you. But I kind of want to start with this one because then after we gather the information, you will see that when we read this other one, which is the one that has the message, the political message, then we'll be able to be like, oh, yeah, they're saying this, but now I know it's nonsense. Oh, they're saying this other thing, but I know that now it's nonsense. So we're going to start with this one. And without further ado, only 3 grams of sugar, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. For Allah, inscription found on Viking era ring. Okay. When you purchase through links on our websites, we may earn an affiliate commission. Do I get the ring? It is a pretty ring, I'll give him that. And for those who don't know, it's silver. They ran some deep tests. I looked into it. Initially, they thought that it was silver and gold, but no, it's actually full silver. And in fact, the main body of the item is in an excellent state of preservation. The body is relatively intact, considering the age. They used to think that this was an amethyst. It's not. It's an actual form of lime glass, similar. It's basically colored glass, which was very popular, by the way, in the Norse area. Those Scandinavians that apparently were not Scandinavians, but anyways, they loved stained glass. It was considered something pretty that they loved having. Anyways, ancient tales about Viking expeditions to Islamic countries had some elements of truth, according to recent analysis of a ring recovered from a 9th century Swedish grave. Okay, so already we can kind of disassemble this situation. What tales are they talking about? It's the sagas, because the sagas do talk about some Viking explorers that reached some areas, possibly even in the Black Sea. There is a possibility there. Regardless, it doesn't matter. No one is contesting this. And in fact, I'm not saying that this article is doing this because, as I say, this article is not too bad, but the articles that push the nonsense, they always follow a pattern, and it's the following. It's the following pattern. They tell you a truth, they follow it by a half-truth, so now they gained your trust, and then they follow it with a lie that was the intention all along. Because the first truth, you're like, oh, this is true, I checked it. The second one is a half-truth, so, you check the first one, it sounds logical, and then there is the lie that they want to put in your head. They don't start with a lie, because otherwise you could easily recognize it. That's the method that they used over there. Regardless. Another thing that it's important, this was found in a grave, so it adds a whole new layer of interpretation that they completely disregarded, of course, which is that of funerary kits. So what do we usually find in funerary kits? What type of items? Does it indicate the status of the individual? And then let's use that. But oftentimes they don't use these, and I'll give you some examples that some of the activists used to try and push narratives, still in the Norse context. I'll show you a couple of those. You're going to laugh your head off. But let's continue. Featuring a pink-violet colored stone with an inscription that reads, "For Allah" or "To Allah." The silver ring was found during the 1872-1895 excavation of grave fields at the Viking Age trading center of Birka, some 15.5 miles west of Stockholm. Now, you might think, but wait, Metatron, if this is a discovery from the late 19th century, why are they surfacing it now? Well, the real reason is just for politics. It's useful, and so they use it. But the other reason that is instead more realistic is that apparently they only recently managed to decipher the inscription. It was recovered from a rectangular wooden coffin, along with jewelry, brooches, and remains of clothes. Although the skeleton was completely decomposed, the objects indicated it was a female burial dating to about 850 AD. I appreciate that they are using Anno Domini Nostri Jesu Christi. Amen. Sorry, stronger than me after all the BCE, CE that I have to hear. And by the way, if you prefer that, more power to you. Me, not even at gunpoint. Next. All right. The ring was catalogued at the Swedish Museum History in Stockholm as a signet ring consisting of gilded silver set, they were wrong, it's only silver, with an amethyst, wrong again, inscribed with the word Allah in Arabic Kufic writing. The object attracted the attention of an international team of researchers led by a biophysicist, this guy of Stockholm University. Open quotes. It's the only ring with an... It's the only ring... Please remember this sentence when you go and look at the previous article that we read the other day that said that because of this, now we know that the Vikings were Muslim. The only ring with an Arabic inscription found in Scandinavia. It's not the only ring that it's probably coming from an Islamic land due to trade, but it is the only one that has a clear indication of any affiliation with Islam, which I would like to remind the idiots that push the nonsense is a religion, not an ethnicity. You can be a Muslim and be anything, to be fair with you. It's the same, it's not an ethnicity. So the whole other segment where they are like, oh, this grave or this thing demonstrates that the Vikings were Muslims, not white. It's a ridiculous statement because the two things are not mutually exclusive regardless. But whatever. We have a few other Arabic style rings, but without inscriptions. Okay, so let me read it again. It's the only ring with an Arabic inscription found in Scandinavia. Yeah. Cranky says, as a Swede, I know we were traders back then. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, I can just tell you, spoiler alert, spoiler if it even makes sense, 9th century, whatever. Spoiler alert, they either bought it or they stole it. There's nothing that indicates any conversion. And by the way, there are some mentions, very obscure, but there are some mentions, we'll have a look at that later, within the Islamic world that talk about some Norse communities, and some people in those Norse communities, specifically in the Iberian Peninsula, allegedly have converted to Islam. With that being said, one, when you look at any conversion that occurs, whether it be to Islam, whether it be to Christianity, whether it be to Buddhism, whether it be to whatever the heck, in the ancient period, oftentimes has a socio-political context. And that happens also to kings. I mean, yes, once the entirety of the Scandinavian nations, countries, if you don't want to use, well, again, both sound a little modern, but forgive the expression, region, the Nordic countries become Christian and then people are born into the religion, yeah, those are Christians. But the early converts, when it's like a political person, someone who has power, and they are like, oh, he's a pagan, he's a heathen, he worshipped Thor and Odin, but now he's found, he wants to be baptized. It's really difficult to know, is it a real conversion or is he doing it because it will give him power and real benefit within the current society, because now you can marry someone from the super rich people among the Frankish, or now you can begin like alliances, so you can start trade routes. Like there is a whole context that needs to be considered when we look at quote-unquote conversions. I'm not saying it's impossible, it could be, but oftentimes we don't know. So once again, there are some very obscure mentions, but not in the Scandinavian context. It is like, and of course, the Iberian Peninsula, there were some areas that were Christian, there were some areas that were Islamic, depending on the period. And so, yeah, sometimes some of those interactions, because at the end of the day, think about it. Whoever you are, you could be like, oh yeah, no, I converted, I pray to Jesus, oh, I love Jesus, I love him. But then when the person goes away, the trading finished, you go back home and you're like, yeah, Odin all the way. Likewise, the same thing could happen with Islam, but not in the Scandinavian context, and that is critical for this analysis. Critical. Let me cover up the chocolate for a moment. Yeah, of course it's propaganda. This is all propaganda. You're absolutely right. No critical thinking whatsoever. They literally find one ring and they say, oh, well, you can't say that they were... It's literally pagan deletion at this point. I'm going to call it, to use their own... Yeah. Interesting, worth noting, the Kufic script of the ring is slightly botched, which implies the inscriber wasn't entirely fluent in its use, possibly copied. Interesting. Thank you for adding that history with Hilbert. I really appreciate that. I'm definitely leaving that one in for the supercut for the actual video. Thank you very much. Of course the Vikings were raiding Muslim Spain. They even fought on the sea, which is why, if it were me, I would say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they robbed the ring. They probably murdered a couple of Muslims, took the ring, and brought it back to Scandinavia as loot. Can I prove it? No. But due to the fact that we know that they had some naval battles, they attacked some areas inland, in the hinterland, it's more likely. But then again, we also know that they did trade with Christians, they traded with Muslims, they traded because it was profitable. So it's not impossible that, yeah, maybe a Viking man, right, a Norseman, as he's traveling, he runs into these Muslim traders, because of course they traded. They were very famous for trading in the Arab world. And then they're like, oh, that's a pretty ring. How much you want? And he's like, I want this amount of silver. And he's like, no, I'm giving you this much. He's like, all right then. So he gets the ring and gifts him to his wife when he goes back. I mean, at the end of the day, how weird of an idea is that, really? It isn't. It's logical. It really is. And unfortunately, yeah, of course, it's not proof. We don't have proof, because this is a little bit of it's an interesting discovery, but it's not like, wow. Is there proof that the Viking was Muslim? Again, no. The only thing is that we have some mentions of some possible conversion, because there is like a Ibn something in the, I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm not used to the language, so I forget the names. But there is like one of these early writers in period that complains about the fact that some of these Norse that allegedly converted to Islam in the Iberian Peninsula, they were still eating pork. So they didn't care about it, which kind of goes stronger into the idea of, did they actually convert? So they were eating pork, and so this writer didn't appreciate that. But that's it. But within the Scandinavian context, zero, nothing. Nothing. If anything, in the Scandinavian context, they were all pagan. They may have had some Christians, and as you continue in that direction, you will have more and more Christians, because eventually they all become Christianized. But early, they were not. They were pagans. Zero Muslims, as far as we know, in the Scandinavian context. And you need proof. Maybe someone did convert. I'm not against it. But that doesn't make it so that now we have to say that the Vikings were Muslim. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Thank you, Faye. Seriously, if there were Muslim Vikings, why wouldn't there have been Jewish Vikings? I feel like, yeah, exactly. You're a Viking. No, you're a Viking. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, you could do this with anything. You can do this with anything. You find why not? I'll tell you more about that, because the logical aspect of it, or the lack thereof, is the best part about it. But I'll tell you, I don't want to say everything altogether. I'll read the super chat in a second. Using a scanning electron microscope, the researchers discovered that the museum description wasn't entirely correct. Open quotes. Our analysis shows that the studied ring consists of a high quantity, 94.5% non-gilded silver alloy, so it was pretty decent, right? In production, set with a stone of colored soda lime glass with an Arabic inscription reading some versions of the word Allah. So it's kind of some version. Even the interpretation is kind of, they're debating it. Although the stone wasn't an amethyst, as long presumed, it wasn't necessarily a material of lower value, of course. Absolutely. It's good. Yeah, as it says here, colored glass was an exotic material in Viking Age Scandinavia. Great. All right. Now. So this is and they say maybe says God willing. They don't even know. Yeah, there we go. Open quotes. Most likely we will never know the exact meaning behind the inscription. Find a little truth, or where and why it was done. Close quotes. The researchers wrote. Conveniently, this is never featured, never, in any of the copycats articles that are pushing the idea that the Vikings were not Scandinavians. We need to stop saying that they were white. We need to stop saying that they were not Muslims. They never mention this, which is the one thing that the research... It's always like this. When you dig deep, you see, cherry-picked. Most likely, I'm going to read it again just to make the blood boil. We will never know the exact meaning behind the inscription, or where and why it was done, which means it is all complete and utter speculation. Speculation. You know what the reality is? Is that when the guy bought or robbed, stole this ring, I'm imagining this Viking guy for his wife, he probably said, "Oh, thanks, Loki. I got a good ring for my wife, so she's going to be happy when I'm home, because I promised it." Anyways. For the present investigation, it is enough to note that its Arabic-Islamic nature clearly links the ring and the stone to the cultural sphere of the caliphate. Clearly. Similarly to how the crosses, the silver and golden inlaid crosses that they stole from the Lindisfarne monastery, are clearly linked to Christendom and Christianity. It still doesn't make the Vikings that split the head of the monks by introducing them to the business end of their axes, doesn't make them Christian. Likewise, the recovery of this ring in the funerary context does not make those Scandinavian people less Scandinavian, and it does absolutely not make them Muslim. It's like the double standard is unbelievable. There are hundreds of Christian cups and the stuff used for confession, and there's so much stuff that was taken. Never have they ever said, well, you know what, maybe we should say that the early Vikings were already Christians, because look at all this stuff. They find one ring, I'm gonna say this in full screen, the one ring to rule them all. Never has this word have been more appropriate. This is what this is all about. The one ring to rule them all, my friends. I'm gonna read the super chat in a second. Let me finish this. Perhaps. So it says here, so on this ring, we read that. In other words, the ring did not accidentally end up in Burqa after being traded or exchanged between many different people. Great, but it's irrelevant, because, it was traded by one person. Whether he was a trader or a warrior, we don't know. Doesn't matter. Instead, it must have passed from the Islamic silversmith who made it to the woman buried at Burqa with few, if any, owners in between. I'm still going to put the husband here. Call it my educated guest. Open quotes. Perhaps the woman herself was from the Islamic world, and that's the nonsense. They never said anything like it. With all the crucifixes and gold and cups and wines and stuff and images connected to Christianity. But they have to say this. Or perhaps a Swedish Viking got the ring by trade or robbery while visiting the Islamic Caliphate. My money is on the latter, just as a matter of deductive logic and the application of Occam razor. Thank you. Either way, the ring constitutes evidence for direct interaction between the Vikings and the Islamic world. That's the only true thing that has been stated, the researchers concluded. Open quotes, the Viking sagas and chronicles tell us of Viking expeditions to the Black and Caspian Seas, as I was mentioning, and beyond, but we don't know what is fact and what is fiction in these stories. Full stop. Okay, and that's the end of it. The mint conditions of the ring corroborates ancient tales about direct contact between Viking Age Scandinavia and the Islamic world. Fine. We don't know what type of contact, however, and definitely everything else, guys, this is it. Like, there is no, oh my gosh, and we found all of these things telling us that in this specific village they were actually creating a freaking mosque, or in this other situation we see that the same raiders connected to this period were saying, I hope that Allah protects us during this travel, and then we found nothing. Zero. This is it. Unbelievable. So we're going to move to this now, because now that we have read that one, this, you're going to be able to see it in a completely different light. But before we do that, I need to acknowledge all the nice people supporting the stream. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. All right, so let me read them very quickly. Veronica, you're reading news sites, not academic journals. I've already read the academic journal. They have a presentationally bias, absolutely. They misrepresent what scholars say and may be AI generated. Yeah, the AI generation, usually I can see it because they use the M dash 17 times in a row. So usually that's, and then they do the whole, it's not just X, but it's also Y. If you see that spammed with the M dashes, it's AI written. So I don't know if this one didn't feel AI as the self-proclaimed expert that I just mentioned to be. It didn't look AI generated, but regardless, everything else you're saying, spot on, and that's why we are clowning on them. Ray, God willing, are you sure he didn't get it from an Arab Christian that's a crusader? Oh my gosh, it would make more sense than the theory. I don't know personally if they use this expression in the Islamic world, so I'm not going to comment on that, since I don't know. Cassius, hello Metatron, is it true that there were Muslim Viking Souls, my Crusader King 3 playthrough? In your playthrough, considering the fact that a lot of these games, like Civilization, for instance, are effectively alternate reality. I mean, the Romans building the ancient pyramids, and then I have like the Tower of Pisa built by the Aztecs, and stuff like that happens in those games. So at the end of the day, sure, bacon is so good, says Johansson. Oh yeah, absolutely. Tell me about it. I live in America, freedom land. Thank you very much. FAC, I don't know your name. Let me see if I get it. Face, yeah, you're right. Silly, if they were Muslim Vikings, why wouldn't they? Yeah, that's the one I read a second ago. So did I read everyone? I believe I did. I believe that I did. So yeah, I read all the fan funding. Let's have a look at what the other people are saying before we jump into the next. And then we'll see the message. Then we'll see why they built all of this. And then I'll tell you a hot take, because I don't know what to tell you guys. I never shut up. I don't know what to tell you. You know why though? It's because I wish other history-focused channels had the guts to face this and the other nonsense that I often face on this channel. They don't, because they're afraid. And it is what it is. I mean, they don't have to. I'm not trying to push anyone. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. As I posted on Twitter, this Southern European will defend your history, Northern brothers. I'm gonna start making an hashtag, Europeans Unite. How about that? And I'm doing it on purpose because I know it's gonna piss people off, and that's precisely why I would do it. Because there is nothing wrong with being happy. If there is nothing wrong with being happy and loving your African ancestry, if you have it, your Asian ancestry, if you have it, then there should likewise be nothing wrong with being proud of and loving your European ancestry. But because the advanced language models are specifically telling me, as I demonstrated on a few live streams and videos dedicated, that it is absolutely lovely to be proud of your African ancestry and your Asian ancestry. But the moment you add into these machines, the moment you add, can I be also proud of my European history and ancestry? They tell you, that's problematic. Okay, hashtag then. Hashtag then. So yeah, I think, let me see. This graffiti was either with pagan or Christian symbols. And that, wow. I'm sure they knew of the religion. Absolutely, I'm sure they knew of the religion. 100%. Totally. I mean, they fought them, so of course they knew about them. Love from Australia. Thank you very much, DeMarcus. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course. No worries. Totally. No worries, face. Good to see you streaming again. Missed them the last couple of nights. Yeah, because I'm testing the system. I'm trying to see what happens if I post a little less and stream a little less. We're going to test it for about 10 days. And then I'll decide if I want to revert back to daily uploads and 5 times a week streaming, or if I'm going to remain to this for a little longer. It kind of depends. I'm testing the system. I hope you don't mind, guys. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. What did I strawman, Benjamin? No idea. I don't think I did any strawman at all. Let me see. As someone who's part Swedish, I thank you. Absolutely, Kristen. Absolutely. My pleasure. My very pleasure. Fact is that the Vikings thrived in a period of warm climate. Perhaps this is a distraction from global warming being misrepresented in science. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the message is different. I personally believe that the message is one that has to do, and it's connected to, immigration. I'll be honest with you. I think this is what this is all about. And you'll see why and what I base this on. I could be wrong, but this is what my gut, it's a gut feeling. This is what the end of this mini investigation kind of makes me feel, that it's a political message. And as always, people, that's the problem between people that have regular ideas, regardless of where they lean politically. If you have a normal idea, you'll see the pros and cons of anything, and then you'll have a decent take. But extremists and activists don't do that. They don't. And I'll show you what I'm talking about very soon. I'll show you exactly what it is. It's always, it's all or nothing. That's how it is, unfortunately. Of course it is. Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. The fact that the alternative narratives also say, I didn't say alternative narratives, I said the AI. I specifically said the advanced language models, and I can prove it to you. I have the screenshots where the system, particularly Gemini AI, I asked it, can I be proud of my European history? It says no, it's problematic, it's dangerous, you shouldn't do it. Whereas when I ask about the other histories and it tells me, oh yeah, you should be. I mean, I have it. It's a fact. You're really upset by this, Metatron. Well, yeah. I mean, not just by this. I'm generally upset by nonsense. So yeah, it does upset me. It also makes me laugh. So I don't know if does that count as being upset if I'm laughing. I don't know, but it is annoying, 100%. And now I have 100 subscribers. Lovely, Nicholas. Thank you. Absolutely, totally. It's you deserve it. You put a lot of work in your videos. Okay. Let's have a look. 5 things you didn't know about Vikings and Muslim civilization. Dating back to March 2015, news regarding the discovery of a ring found on a Viking woman in an ancient burial ground with the Arabic inscription for "To Allah" erupted in mainstream media. So then again, it's not necessarily super new, but it's been pushed now, more than ever. Some named it a mysterious ring, some actively deliberated and debated questions as well as made up theories, thank you, of how or why it arrived in Sweden. Absolutely made up theories. In fact, I wouldn't even call them theories. Made up nonsense is the correct, because theory is pretty high, because a theory is on top of a hypothesis. It's below a law. So I would say, no, not a theory. It is, I'm being pedantic, of course, but that's me. What did you expect? It is worth noting, however, that this was not the only contact documented between the Viking and Muslim civilization. Yes, we said that. Great. So we have 5 sections. Section 1 is recorded accounts. Section 2 is warrior Vikings, and this one starts to get a little. Then we have merchant Viking. Then we have Muslim Viking. And ladies and gentlemen, the 13th warrior is indeed what this is all about. The freaking 13th warrior. Oh, I can't believe it. And then this is the guy that just learned freaking, what did he learn? He learned a language just by listening to them for 3 days. It was hilarious. And then the discovery. All right, so let's go through this quickly. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but here we are. So here we are told about accounts, which was written and narrated by 10th century traveler from the Muslim civilization, Ahmed ibn Fadlan. If I mispronounced it, I apologize. Yes, so this is one traveler that talks a lot about his interactions with the Vikings. And I want to read this because it's glorious. Look at this. For example, according to the 10th century explorer and geographer Ibn Rustar, so we have a few, they were, open quotes, handsome, clean, and well-dressed. So, close quotes. And this makes sense because even Christians tell us that they were clean. I mean, Christians don't call them handsome because usually when we read the Christian sources, they're pretty pissed at what the, at least initial raids did. But yeah, for example, there we go. They keep their clothes clean and the men adorn themselves with armbands of gold. They are of gold, not leather, gold. They are generous to each other, honor their guests, and treat well those who seek refuge with them and all who come to visit them. So this is about the Vikings. They do not allow anyone to annoy or harm these, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Who did not appreciate their... So this even Ibn Fadlan, the one we mentioned at first, who did not appreciate their personal cleanliness habits, praised them as being, open quotes, perfect physical specimens, close quotes, and described them as, open quotes, tall as date palms, close quotes. So, Scandinavians, you were tall already in the 9th century, which this comparison could be said to have been one of the highest compliments one could receive from an Arab in those times. And I would like to underline as a Southern European, if you remember, since they were telling us, oh, the Vikings weren't Scandinavians, but this is a description of a Scandinavian, if I've ever seen one. Because as a Southern European, I mean, I don't think that people in this period were tall as date palms, since we are still, generally, when compared to the Nordics, we are still not tall as date. Because remember, when the ancient, this happens with the Romans too, might mention a couple of things, when we read Pomponius Mela, when we read Julius Caesar, and they tell us about the Scots, or the Picts, or they tell us about the Gauls, it's always the most generalized idea. These are stereotypes. So it's true, but it doesn't necessarily represent everyone. It's just the most common feature. Sometimes it has to do with phenotypic traits, other times it has to do with culture, other times it has to do with customs, but usually these means that a lot of people fit this description, which to me sounds exactly like a Scandinavian, not a Southern European. Not a Southern European, but this is going to get better, guys. This is going to get better. Check this out. Or reptilians. I mean, reptilians are told too, so we shouldn't completely... Anyways. From the 8th to the 11th century, the Vikings were renowned for roaming the world and covering large distances, which preceding them, some historians hold, was a feat never done before. Whatever. Yeah, we know they were excellent seafarers. We already knew that. Okay, so the archaeologist tells us, open quotes, the Vikings were not ignorant barbarians. Yes, they knew exactly the kind of military and geological pressure they were up against. Absolutely. Now, let me see if I can find, there is a section, maybe in the merchant section, where they describe them physically. Let me see if I can find it right now. Because they talk about the kind of stuff that they traded. We already know that. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Muslim Viking. Let's move to this one. Let me see if I can find it. Or, you know what? Let me see if I can find... Because I remember... There we go. There we go, guys. So, Ibn al-Athir also shared their observation on these. This is the word to represent them, the Norse. A term first employed in the 10th century, translated as fair-haired, rubby-complexioned population of Central, Eastern, and Northern Europe. GG. GG, guys. So, this whole thing was to say that the Vikings were not blonde, and they were Muslims. And now a Muslim from the period is telling us that they were fair-haired. That is a self-own if I've ever seen one. Checkmate, you idiots! Fair-haired. Fair-haired. Thank you. Fair-haired. I had skipped it. I got it. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. So they were tall and fair-haired. Does that sound familiar to you? Tall and fair-haired. Oh, this is glorious. Oh, this is wonderful. Anyway, evidence pertaining to the Viking converting to Islam includes a memoir recorded in the 16th century, and it says they highly valued pork. That's a fantastic convert if I've ever seen one, by the way. Even those who had converted to Islam aspired to it, meaning the pork, and were very fond of pork, which doesn't sound like a sincere convert to me. And this is the only mention that we have, by the way, one of the very few mentions that we have, and it's specifically in the Iberian context, not in Scandinavia. Omar Mubaidn article states, open quotes, Vikings would make numerous raids against both Muslim and Christians. Man, that's a good Muslim if I've ever seen one. States in the Iberian Peninsula. Eventually a community of settled Vikings, that's the one that I was telling you about, who converted to Islam in southeast Seville, would be famous for supplying cheese to Cordoba and Seville. Close quotes. Okay. Now, let's move. That's it. That's the whole section about the Muslim Vikings. Nothing has to do with there's nothing to do with Sweden, nothing to do in Scandinavia, zero. But let's read discoveries. In a research paper published on 23rd February 2015, archaeologists noticed that an excavation of a woman who seems to have been buried in the 9th century bore a silver ring with an accompaniment of purple stone. It should be noted that the ring itself was discovered in the late 19th century, yet only recently was a Kufric Arabic inscription identified. And we already see the words. Though the attire of the woman in the grave seems to be traditionally Scandinavian, Her decomposed body made it hard for the researchers and archaeologists to determine her faith and ethnicity. Well, let me tell you this much. If the attire looked to be traditionally Scandinavian, I will go out on a limb and tell you that this Scandinavian body in Scandinavia, dressed as a Scandinavian, was most likely Scandinavian. Thus making people question, was it a war spoil? A gift? A part of a traditional attire? Oh, shut up, a part of a traditional attire, you clown. You just said it was traditionally Scandinavian. It wouldn't be to be traditional, you absolute clown. Let me Google. Okay. Traditional definition. What a day. All right. Traditional. Existing in or as part of a tradition long established. One ring is not long established. So by definition, this is not part of a traditional attire. It's ridiculous. They don't even know the words they are using. Maybe it means current. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so thus making question. Yeah, question. Oh, was she a convert to Islam? We cannot confirm it. Yeah. Was she a Martian? Was she a reptilian? We can't confirm it. It's an unfalsifiable statement. That's why you can't confirm it. Why aren't you asking if she was a Christian then? Since she clearly in that area, there is like 50 times the amount of Christian items. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not dishonest. She was most likely a pagan. See where the logic begins to unfold? Is that it's a two-tier system and double standards for the planet to see. We cannot confirm. We cannot confirm that she wasn't a Japanese samurai. We can't confirm it. Who knows? I mean, she liked swords. What do Japanese samurai like? Coincidence? I say no, sir. Anyways, Viking women were known to have sported various pieces of jewelry. I mean, you can remove Viking and say women ever, always, anywhere. Ibn Fadlan is said to have noted the Rus Viking. Yep, that was the ones in connection to Slavic. Women bearing neck rings of gold and silver. Yes. The ring combined with the unearthing of the Arabic coins and Muslim astronomy. Yeah, the coins, of course. Because, people don't care if the coins were produced by, even today. I mean, do you care? Imagine that the dollars, right? It says, in God we trust. Do you not use the dollar then if you're atheist? Or if you believe in, if you're a Buddhist, do you still use the dollar? I guess you do. Likewise, if you find coins that are made of a precious metal, people will take them. It doesn't mean they're converted. Does it? It doesn't mean they're converted. It is, yes, most likely it spoils. Absolutely. Silver is silver, exactly. Figures found on the astronomical clock in the Lund Cathedral in parts of Europe suggest that more studies and research should be done to uncover similar artifacts signifying European and Muslim civilization interconnectivity. So this is one of the things that they are pushing. You'll see that there is the messages down here. The idea is European and Muslim, they can interconnect and be happy together. Great, but it's not like that's what, I mean, are we forgetting the Crusades and all the wars and the stuff that happened, the invasions and the fights I'm not trying to be an asshole about this. Of course, I want to peacefully coexist with everyone. But then again, it's like they're forgetting an entire section of history where Christendom and Islam were sworn enemies. Again, this doesn't mean everyone. I know that there are subscribers to this channel. There was a guy the other day. This is how much these people are clown. There was a guy that commented under my video, more than one in fact, but I want to underline this one. A guy commented under my recent video when I was clowning on the clowns, and he said, "Hey, I'm a Muslim. I agree with you. You're a based European. This is nonsense." I mean, the people that are pushing and twisting the stuff have fucked up so bad that they managed to get a Christian and a Muslim agree to clown on them. This is sensational. It's a life achievement at this point. But once again, this demonstrates that, of course, I don't have a problem. You can be Muslim, you can be atheist, you can be Buddhist, you can be whatever the heck. You don't hate the West, you don't hate us, you don't hate Christianity, you don't hate Europe. I have no problems with you. No quarrels. Not a problem. In fact, what did you cook? Oh, that's pretty cool from a cultural perspective. I might even be interested in what you have to share. But if you're one of those that hates everything about us and keeps telling us and we're going to replace you, then sorry, get the hell out. So it's a person by person. It's a person by person. I do not want to interconnect with those. I'm more than happy to interconnect in the sense that we can, come in. Yeah, sure. I don't have a problem with the innocence. Never include the innocence, but anyways, you'll see. Examples such as the aforementioned demonstrate the mutually beneficent relationship Muslim and non-Muslim civilization have enjoyed for centuries, completely forgetting about all the wars. This is ridiculous. Furthermore, these discoveries indicate the vast multicultural wealth which lies in overlooked places as it's done in overlooked languages. Sure, I'll give you that one. Further study will inspire others to search for more evidence with regards to past civilization. Moreover, it will demonstrate that these magnificent discoveries did not originate from thin air. Rather, it is our misconception and lack of knowledge of those times that prevent us from unearthing other existing artifacts which may well be in plain view. It's your fault, guys. You're an ignorant if you don't think that Muslims were Vikings. If trade, political envoys, war, and immigration, amongst other factors, were brought to light, we may yet learn of additional contacts between the Vikings and the Muslim civilization. What is, by the way, the Muslim civilization? There isn't a single Muslim. You do understand that these are all different caliphates. They're all different nations, different ethnicities, in fact. Like, what is it? There isn't a single. And again, Islam is a religion. I don't know how to tell them that. Islam is a religion. Such as the ring with an Arabic inscription on a Viking woman. The sensationalism and mystery created around this discovery could be argued to be born from the lack of information released or ellipsis on the subject. That's projection of what you're doing. We would like to conclude our article with this important note. Here it is, made by Dr. Anne-Maria Brennan, chair of CE40F. Okay, so here's the message. Let's read the message, guys. Let's read the message. The ring was found in the 19th century, and only recently has the Arabic inscription been noticed. It makes you wonder how many other artifacts are out there that are undiscovered. I don't know why you're wondering this after the ring. There are thousands, if not millions, of manuscripts waiting to be translated and studied. What gems, what precious information, what insights into history are hidden within them. Europe is inundated with links to Islamic culture. Here's the message. Yet many still see the two as worlds apart. You do realize that that includes some of those Muslims. It's always a matter of like, oh, we Europeans, I don't know what it is with the self-loathing that I haven't got a clue. It's on both. Take a closer look and we see castles, fountains, books, ceramic artifacts, tools, and many other things throughout Europe. All beautiful reminders of a golden age of Islam. This is dystopian. This is insane. The presence of this ring shows how prolific Islamic culture was, the only real thing they're saying. At one time, trade and education, true, were what people from all over traveled to the Islamic civilization for. They had great universities 1,000 years ago. The dirham was the strongest currency. The discovery of this ring is a wonderful souvenir of a time where people of all areas, where people of all background and beliefs lived and worked together in harmony. And here is the message. So, apart from the fact that they are changing history completely, but I would like to say this. Can we have, between Europe and Islamic culture, can we live and work together in harmony? The answer is no, until they stop hating us. It is yes with those that have no problems with us. It's as simple as that. You're a good person. You have your little family. You immigrated legally. You live in my country. You respect my country. You have your own religion. You believe what you want. I believe what I want. I have no quarries with you. We can be friends. But those, you gotta tell them, the ones that break shit, Tell them. This is a message for them, because I'm going to tell you this. Yes, there are some people that are actual intolerant, racist, and whatever, but those are a minority. A lot of the people that these days are outraged are people that are angry, and they are reacting to stuff that, unfortunately, bad apples are causing in our beautiful Europe. If the bad apples stop, I can assure you that also those elements within the European spectrum that now have a problem with the bad apples will also stop. It's a reaction. That's what it is. So, whoever it is, chair of, you can be a sofa for all I care. You want to talk about harmony? Tell them. And then I'll be the first one to be like, yes, let's coexist peacefully. But those that come to get trouble, there will be no harmony for you. At this point, European brothers, unite. Let's have a look at the chat. I'm telling you how it is, because people hate me anyway, so I'm like, you know what? I've been accused of so many things, I might as well give them a reason. Tell them stuff that I know will make them pissed. Because at the end of the day, my audience knows that I'm not a hateful individual, I'm not toxic, I only have problems with the actual extremist on all sides, by the way. I've already demonstrated this, my audience knows this. I have no quarrel with the innocents. But my haters don't care. They still call me all sorts of names, so I might as well just say it and not have to worry about, I need to be careful how I say it, because they'll accuse me of this and that. In fact, we're going to move to a poll very soon, guys. Yeah, we're going to move to the poll very soon, my friends. Control the past and you control the future. You're absolutely right, Dan. You're 100% absolutely. That's how it is. The ring was just loot. Some dudes probably looted it and thought, bet the wife would love this. That's what I think. That's my educated guess. Yeah. The one ring to rule them all. Yes, if you actually respect our nation and our culture and work and don't commit crimes, you're very welcome from a Swede. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, but you know what's funny? What you just said used to be considered a very moderate, dare I say, centrist idea. Put your weapons down. But the activists now are pushing the center to the right. I'm a center guy. I'm a moderate. It is what it is. You know me. I'll always attack both sides. I will always, if it's nonsense, I'll debunk it. If it's nonsense, I'll debunk it. But what you said now is what it is. It's a very moderate take. Isn't it? That's what it is. I only have a problem with the scumbags. I'm not going to protect scumbags because, but it could be considered racist. But what he's doing is racist. So, I mean, there's that. But yeah, what can I say? Here we are. By the way, that's a crazy thing. Salty Flat Earth says they outbreed the native population and take over. You know what's crazy? This would be considered a conspiracy by certain elements in society. Problem is, again, I underline, the bad apples, they say it. They say that's exactly what they want to do. They say it unapologetically on screen. So it's like they say it. At least the bad ones, this is what they want to do. Far left, why are you so extreme? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know the guy, the Freda guy that made the hit piece on Mishad and Lindy Beige. I mean, I'm pretty sure, because he's a Marxist. And here's the thing. If you are a liberal, a left-wing fan of mine, you will get the bullet too with those people. Don't for a second think that center-left doesn't mean far-right from the perspective of those people. I'm just saying it. I'm just telling you. Am I wrong? Just tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Did Norse runes originate from Italy? Not that I know of. Not that I know of. But yeah. You're thinking of Tankies? Yeah, of course. Yeah, totally. Tankies, exactly, Veronica, yeah. No, of course, I'm only talking about the extreme, obviously. I do know that, as I say, in the community, I've got people that don't care about politics, because not everyone is into politics, by the way. The only problem is that politics will be into you, regardless of whether you're into it or not. But there are people that are like, I don't care, I don't care, fine. Plenty of those in my comments. I can see them all the time. There are centrists, there are moderates, there are left-leaning people, there are right-leaning people, there is all sorts in this community. And usually it's the extremists that get really pissed. But then again, today it's not really about politics, but there is one poll that I want to do. So guys, do you remember when I told you, no, not Lindy Beige, a Marxist, Freda is the Marxist, the guy who made the video hit piece about me, and I will respond soon in kind. But I need to do a poll. I need to a poll. Thank you, Anglo-Saxon. May God bless you, brother. Same to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're chaotic and neutral. For some reasons, I thought you said I'm Catholic neutral. Yeah, at this point in history, it's difficult, but there are still people that don't want to look into that. Yeah. So anyways, I wanted to tell you, we're going to do a poll. So do you remember, guys, that a few days ago, I posted my video on the DNA analysis of the first full genome of an ancient Egyptian. And I made the video, and like you see, the guy was genetically related to the Middle East and the Fertile Crescent and Mesopotamians and Asia in general, and then North Africa, zero connections to the African hinterland and the Horn of Africa and all that. And I knew, of course, that would have been, I mean, I'm like, I know that some of those elements I'm not saying everyone, but some of the worst elements in the Afrocentric community, the ones that I coined a specific term, because oftentimes when I'm like, oh, the Afrocentrists say this, and then sometimes some Afrocentric channels, I'm like, well, I don't believe that. I'm not like that. So I wish he didn't put me in a box. Fine. Then I coined a separate word for those that are a little nuts, and I call them Afro-racists. So I'm like, I'm sure there will be some people really pissed at me because I'm showing the data. The data goes against what they believe. And so that's a problem because it's a cult. And what happened is that I said, guys, they're going to make video responses, hit piece on Metatron. How are these gonna be? Well, some have already come out, and I'm gonna poll it. Let's see if you can guess. You have two options, guys. Let's see if you guys guess, and then I'll tell you. Let's see if you can guess. All right, start a poll. How are I'll do it on Twitch too. How are the responses? So, option 1, civil, respectful, only attacking the argument. Second option, they call me racist. Okay, I can't even write respectful. Is it respectful? All right, so now let me do the same here. We're gonna do it. It's an important poll. I don't know if you're gonna guess it, because it's not an easy one to guess. I understand that it's a difficult poll, but we need to be, we need to make sure that we do our best. And there we go. So let me give you 3 minutes. Start the poll. My friends. Excuse me. Oh, I can't because this is too long. Okay, fine. Respectful. Civil and respectful. Or they call me a racist. Start the poll. Let's go. Let's see. Are you gonna guess it? Or are you not gonna guess it? I don't know, guys. It's gonna take, I don't know, guys. It's gonna take a lot of, if you're not a detective, specifically investigative journalism, guys, you might make it easier, please. I know, it's difficult, right? Because, I mean, both could be, imagine, like you're Afrocentric, and that's what you believe in, your freedom. And so, between a prayer to your Lord and Savior Diop and whatever the heck you're doing on the side to that, you're like, oh, look, Metatron posted. And so you're like, wait, let me have a look at this video where Metatron discusses its new genome, right? And then they're like, oh, you know what? I disagree. I disagree, dear Metatron. I disagree. And so I'm going to make a video. And on this video, since I didn't attack anyone, I didn't insult anyone on mine, surely, you know, they have the ability to respond to my DNA analysis and genomic sequencing of the first ancient Egyptian, who was not from where they think he should have been. And they're like, no, you're wrong because of this, this, and that. Thank you, all the best of luck, and then we'll let the audience decide after they review the data. That's one option. The other option is that they just call me a racist. Oh, Metatron is a racist. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? How are we doing? We are almost halfway through. We're getting there, guys. 3 minutes, 3 minutes. You need to really work on it. You really need to focus. Focus, guys, because I'm going to show you. I want to share my screen. And I want to show you, my friends. I need to be in the middle. Whoa! I need to be in the middle, guys. And, yeah. Yeah, it's almost there, guys. Almost look at the little purple bar. That it's really nice, actually. It's a nice hue of purple, and it's getting closer to know the truth, guys. It's almost there. It's almost there. We're gonna see. It's gonna see what's gonna happen very soon. Probably what? That's how much do you think that is? Maybe 20 seconds? 19, 18, no, that's less because it's almost done. It's probably 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 12 votes. And the winner is here. They on Twitch, they say 100% confidence that they call me a racist instead of YouTube. This is the 125 votes. That's a lot of votes. So who won? Well, let me show you who won very quickly. I'm going to show you very quickly the victory. The victory. Let me see. One moment, please. In one moment. Man, the algorithm really hates it. I need to go down. Where is it? Where are you, you muppet? Okay, I think I need to, I believe, all right, I know where to find it because they shared it with me on Twitter. I'll do that. 1 second. Someone shared it with me on Twitter. I think I need to unblock someone. I think I'm going to have to unblock someone very quickly just to show you what we're talking about. And so I'll do that. Let me see, where is it? I'm looking for it. Oh, there we go. Visualizza. There we go. Found it. Found it, guys. You ready? You ready for that revelation? Boom. Here it is. A new clown has entered the picture. Apparently, this Kamji, he says, usually it's other people that say it, but regardless, Kamji destroys at Metatron's YouTube's racism. Racist. So look at the clown world of this absolute. Look, this is a complete refutation of the anti-black racism promoted by where? What are you on about? Oh, what a clown! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So you know what this is, Mr. Kamji, whoever the heck you are, AI. I already see AI. Love it. So here's the thing. What this does, the fact that you have to put racist and call me and lie about me is whatever. It demonstrates one thing. You lost even before we started this confrontation. Because if you were so sure that you could debunk not only me and my team, including an Egyptologist PhD, but whatever, But all of the 70 researchers from the University of Harvard and another 2 or 3 universities involved in the study. If you were so confident, you wouldn't need this. You would destroy me, as you pretend to. You would destroy me because you'd be like, look, I've got the data, right? So here is the data. But because they're weak, and their arguments are weak, they know they have no chance. This guy, know thyself, is another one. They have 0 chance. So what they do is that they try to attack your credibility by saying things that are false, like anti-black racism. What are you on about? They call you racist because this works with their cult. Because this is all this is. I dared to disagree with the cult, with facts, logics, and reason, and they don't accept that. And it might make them lose acolytes. So they do this. It's the only thing they can do. It's embarrassing. I'm not even going to watch it because he put this. So I'm not watching shit. Unless I decide that I can troll it and make money off of it. In that case, I might consider it. That's the only situation. If they can pay my mortgage for a month, then I'll consider it. That's the only situation in which, the only scenario. DNA is racist? Of course it is. Everything is. Because then they tell you, oh, it's Europeans that lie. It's Europeans that are trying to steal. And then it all becomes, they are the racists. I have never in one video out of 1,400 videos that I posted online, have I ever used racist language. Have I ever blamed a people, an entire ethnicity, or a people, or a skin color, or a culture for anything? Never. What they do is in every single upload, they say, European bad, white man bad, they stole this, they lie about this is this, they are blocking the truth, they're taking away this from you. It's all racially charged. They are the racists. And the only people that don't see this, that's why I call them Afro-racists. And the only people that don't see this are the people that have been indoctrinated to a point that now they're acolytes in their cult. And once you're an acolyte and you belong to a cult, reason, logic, data analysis, they mean nothing at that point. It's just the truth. I mean, I always tell you. And yeah. That's where we are at, my friends. But thank you for your support, because if it is thanks to you that we can continue this discovery. And I can do this, because here is the thing. I can vouch for you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is a coping mechanism, yes, but I think it's more subtle than that, because there is some actual hatred. These are the new Nazis. It's some actual racial hatred, because what they're doing is that they're blaming a type of people, in this case the white man, which is kind of funny, because then some don't even think I'm white. They're like, you're Italian, I'm not white, then why are you blaming me at that point? If you're gonna use Benjamin Franklin American classification of who is white and who is not, with which I disagree, but who cares? If you're gonna use that, then why the heck are you? But whatever, it's not like logics was what this was all about regardless. And so that's the problem. And they get away with it, of course, because they can do that. All you need to do is take a channel like this one to demonstrate that what I'm saying is correct. Take a channel like Know Thyself. Know Thyself. Where are you? There you are. Take a channel like this guy. Take a channel like this guy. Okay? And all you need, and there is another channel that I could do this that is even worse, but I'm not gonna use that channel for respect to the family, because the creator is not with us anymore, and so I'll respect that. Regardless, take this channel. Look at this thumbnail where he put me, right? Because he perceives me as a white liar, and so he puts me in bondage. Now imagine if I did this, never would, but imagine if I did this, and I put a black man in bondage in the middle of a thumbnail of mine. Again, I never would. I never would. Would I get away with it? No. That would be the end of me. But he gets away with it. And it's not the only thing that he gets away with. Look, The Cleopatra controversy. Why are white people and Egyptians elites so unhinged? The entire... Now, replace YT with BK or BLK, however you want to do it. Would you get away with it? No. He gets away with it. And there are plenty of channels like this, unfortunately, that do this kind of stuff. It's never, here is the data, here is the analysis. It's always white man bad. And I hate people that say any man bad, because I'm the only anti-racist in this picture, not them. I'm the one. These are racists. And I'm the anti-racist. It's how it is. Goodness gracious. Maybe know thy history would be my suggestion to you. Know thy history before you try to know thyself. Know thy history. Oh my gosh. It's a cult. It even looks like a cult, by the way. Yeah. What can I say? I'm actually getting a little hungry. I know my wife was going to make... I'm going to play a game now. I'm so going to play tonight. I'm getting a little hungry, though. I know my wife made a French flatbread with tomato and crème fraîche and cheese. So, I mean, that sounds great. So, if she did make it, I'm going to text her now. If she did make it, I'm going to have a bite of that. And then I'm going to play. I'm texting her right now. Because usually she's the cheese bringer. Lucky man, thank you, my friend. Thank you. I just text her. Let's see what she's going to say in the meantime. Let me close the tabs because we don't need 50 tabs. Oh, yeah, let me block that guy again. I think, is he still blocked? Let me check. Yes, blocked. Great. Fantastic. Stay blocked. All right, so... Close. There she is. There she is. All right. So let me ask: Did you ever make that lovely flatbread from France? And then I will say bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Okay. Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Bread bride. Yeah. That would be Heather from Silent Hill 3. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, my friend. All right, let me close all the tabs. We don't need these, do we? We don't need it. We don't. Reload. Let me see the connection. Connection looking good. Well, we got a decent amount of people. That's lovely. Oh, she's responding. She's responding, guys. She's typing. She's typing. She's typing. She's typing. Watch her tell me no, I ordered chicken nuggets. I didn't. Oh, she didn't. Oh, she said, I still make it for you if you want. Yes, please. I want to tell her now. Yes, please. That would be great. Great. I'm actually writing that. That would be adorable of you. All right, guys. Mon Dieu. Et voilà. Oh la la. So let me have a look at, after all this nonsense, I know there is a game that looked pretty nice, and it's called, where is it? Where is the Steam? 1 second, guys. I know you're sick of looking at staring on my face, but I need a second. So I got this game the other day, and it's called, I wish I remembered what it was called. Oh, there is a game called The Other Side, but I'm going to do that one another night. There is a game that I downloaded, and it's called, of course I can't find it, because now I've got performance anxiety, and since I know you're waiting, but it's fine, I can take my time, right? Where the heck is it? I know I downloaded it. Or did I buy it but not download it? Maybe I did that. In which case, how am I gonna find? Oh, I found it. Dreamcore. It's called Dreamcore. Install. It's only 3 gigabytes. I found it. Hey, welcome back, Cozy Pug. Good to have you here. Let me, in the meantime, while we wait for the game to install and the crème fraîche, let me put you guys on screen again. And what time is over here? It's 7:30 p.m. Dreamcore sounds like a style of music. It actually does, yeah. You should watch Epic History video about the spread of Christianity. Sure, yeah. I'm not familiar with the channel. Is it good? Uh-oh. Ready to play? Just here for the French flatbread content. I appreciate that, Southeastern Kaiju. Oh my gosh, Faith Forged Games. Thank you so much for the support, man. W in chat for Faith Forged Games. He gifted 20 Metatron memberships. That's amazing. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate. Faith Forged Games. What have we got? I remember you. Yeah. You often watch the channel. Cool. We should go and subscribe to him, guys. Thank you so much for the support, man. I really appreciate. All right, let me start the game. Let me see how many things I'm gonna do wrong while I try to start the game. Let me see. If I click play, what happens? What happens? Thank you again for your generosity. Very much appreciated. Ooh, what have we got? What have we got? I would rather, though... Yeah, exactly. So let me move this to the side. I can still read your chats. Just on the side. Thank you again, man. I really appreciate that. Okay. Thank you, Dapper, for the super chat. 7:30. That means you're in Western. I'm in the state of Tennessee. I got church members, good family from very cool. I love the state. I love Tennessee. It's really cool. It's a lovely state. Okay, so. Oh, you're learning to become a blacksmith. That's amazing, Jaron Green. All right, let me change 1 second how I share the screen so that I'm going to do window capture. No, I'm going to do game capture directly. And I'm going to select in properties because this is better usually. There it is. Okay, so now if I remove this, yeah, and I need to resize it. So let me remove this. Let me resize this. Okay. All right. So, options. Are you hearing the sound? Yes, you are. Okay, all works. Great. I'll leave head bobbing because I do like it unless it's too much. We'll see for the CRT. And I do like VHS. Oh, chromatic aberration. Why not? Why don't I... Oh, it's on. Okay, yeah, I love that. Graphics. Epic. Is there more than epic? Low? Oh, no. Epic. Window full screen, but we don't go to 4K. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I think this is good. Can we do more than... Yeah, there we go. Back. Let me look at controls very quickly. So WASD, WASD, E is interact, flashlight is F. Cool. I have no continue, play level. So we have Dream Pulse, Eternal Suburbia, Playrooms, coming soon, coming soon. We have 3 levels to choose from. It's similar to a back room. And I love the back rooms. Let's have a look. It looks really good. You saw it? Yeah, very liminal space. Let's start with Dream Pulse. I love Pulse. I love these kind of games. The Cheesebringer is on her way. Maybe. I don't know. It's going to take some time to make that in the oven. But you love this game? Good. I'm sure I'll like it too. Here we are, guys. We are back. Dream Pulse. Love it. Very VHS. The honorable Cheesebringer. Absolutely. And we are in. Now, can we get out? Let me have a look at the effect. So this is with the VHS effect on. Let me see what happens if I go off. Designed to provide... Oh, okay, I see. It's not their original intent. Let me see what it looks like. I can see where they're going. Yeah, so without it, it doesn't feel... It looks good, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it back. Yeah. So what about CRT mode? Oh, okay, no, well, no. I think I'm going to go for full screen, but with the VHS effect. Yeah? Let's go. Let's get out of here. We're in the 90s, guys. We are in the 90s. Can we find a way out? So that's where I came from. Okay. I can't run in the water. I do have several CRTs. Absolutely. Oh, I can zoom with the oh, cool, with the zoom and the focus. Very nice. Okay, let's get out of here. Chat to disappear to let me fix it. Okay, you're back. I'm gonna go this way. Let's go. To be fair, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CRTs in this room alone. I don't have a flashlight, guys. I don't have a flashlight. Oh, I do need to update my... This is great. I love the looks of this. I need to update Twitch. So, Dreamcore Gaming. And I'm gonna put Dreamcore. Done. Okay, cool. One thing about pool levels in any backrooms games or backrooms inspired games is that they are always so clean. I can almost smell the chlorine in the air. And I need a flashlight. I don't know, I feel like I'm going in circles. What do you guys think? It is very well maintained though. The cleaning agency is doing a phenomenal job. Okay. So I think I was down there. No, I don't remember the big pool though. Too much chlorine? Yeah, sorry. Chlorine. Did I mispronounce it? I like the way you say, is it chlorine or chlorine? I have no idea, guys. Oh yeah, I have to be careful if I slip. Okay, this is progress, I believe. Is it? Oh no. Do we go up or do we go down? I'm gonna go up. Ooh, we got some wallpaper in here. Okay. Fascinating turn of events. Was not expecting that. I decided to go left instead of right, I don't know. I do think, I mean, come on, if they made all of this, there is no way this isn't progress. Stairway, use handrails. Yeah. Sounds exactly like my wife. She always tells me, hold on to the thing. The thing meaning handrails. She worries. Alright, what have we got here? Please shower before entering the swimming pool. Good advice. Yeah. This is progress 100%, guys. Very nice. Let's go. What do we have? Okay, so we can actually get into the pool. It's saving. Haha. Oh, it's a pool for kids, though. It's like very... Oh, no. It goes down. Never mind. It gets deep. Can I actually... That's it. You can't actually swim. That's okay. Smells this chloroform. Oh, no. Alright, let's go. We need to get out of here. Do I have to go in the water? If I don't have to go in the water, I won't. because it's slower. This is kind of dark. I'm getting the feeling that I'm... Oh, no, no, no. It's if this went left, I would have been like it's circling around. Instead, it's going right. So I do believe this is the right way. Yeah, so we went from light blue to red to green plastic tube. If that's not progress, I don't know what is. Am I hearing music? Is it on the other side? Oh yeah, the music is getting louder. I think. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love the vibe too. There's another swimming pool. Ooh, purple. Yeah, this has to be the indication for progress. You keep seeing differently colored plastic. Oh, we can actually enter this one. Well, I'm gonna do it. Or no. Oh, I thought you could. Never mind. Well, then we go that way. Ah, it's a shame. I would have wanted to go in there. And slide. Keep calling it a tube. Oh. That's a big bowl. Civ 6 Platinum for free on Epic today. Oh, it moved! Oh no. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. It freaking moved. Well, I'm going upstairs then. I'm kind of curious though. Man, if it moves, it's gonna give me a heart attack. Is it? Yeah, it is looking at me. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's creepy. I'm leaving. It's creepy. It is happy though. I have a feeling that's not the last time we see that thing. Is it following me? It can't fit the stairs, can it? It's not following me, is it? Love what you've done with the place, by the way. Spruce it up, a little plant in the corner. Why not? Get ready to run, seriously. Okay. I want to go to the other side directly. Oh, please tell me I'm not going back. Please tell me I'm not rounding back. I love the tiles. What would you call this? Green or blue? Or turquoise? Maybe it's turquoise. Turquoise? Turquoise? I don't know how to pronounce it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Let's go. Azure? Cyan? Cyan? Teal? I don't know if that's teal. Turquoise, it's how you read it in English, I see. I always read it turquoise. Turquoise. Okay, so what have we got? More ooh, that's a full-on tree. Man, who's the architect here? Huh. Hello? You'd say Dreamheart also says teal or turquoise. It feels so strange to say turquoise. I've said turquoise my entire life. I guess I read it the French way. Yeah, I think someone comes here and then performs maintenance, because you're right. How are the plants not withered? I mean, I'm sure it's pretty... What's the word? Humid. Man, this place is gigantic, though. I'll try and go... I see a light over there. I'm gonna follow the light. I'm gonna follow the light. What have we got here? It's a big level. It would be a great PvP map. Like from here, imagine like the Muppets down there and I've got a sniper rifle. No, I didn't touch motion blur. So we can go down there or continue up here. I want to have a look up here first. New pronunciation, turquoise unlocked. I guess. Okay. Ooh. Holy moly, what is this? And a chair, just randomly. I'm gonna get lost. Now you have to mod the games to make them PvP shooters, but to be honest, I would love a survival multiplayer backrooms where you can shoot the other people and be the last survivor, so kind of a royal battle, but like that. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, what on earth is that? It's the ball again. Oh, that's... Oh no, don't do that. Where did it go? Whoa! Hi. How you doing? Doing great? Good to see you again. Have a good one, I guess. For crying out loud. Oh no! Oh my gosh, this is hell. Oh, this is hell. It is a nightmare. Maybe not. Maybe not. Stop. Stop it. Just don't even try. Oh my gosh. It's full of these. I think we're on the way out though. It's a fever dream, yeah. It's called the Dream Core. Oh, I heard it. I heard a weird noise. I can't see anything. I seriously can't see. Ooh. It's a triangle. It's a new door. Pretty good so far. They are multiplying, yeah. How big is this place? Don't look up. I know, I need the freaking flashlight. Okay, not here. Oh yeah, we can go that way. We're gonna go that way. Smiley says Sondra on Twitch. Alright, let's go down here and then I guess we'll go up again. Hopefully. It's a pretty color, the water. I'm glad it's connected. Okay, so still need to find a way out. Ha! So down the bridge or this way? Decisions. Let me just have a look very quickly what we've got here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the bridge. Maybe the bridge. It's just that that's slower. No, I'm gonna go this way. Because of the water. It's slower. Just gonna go this way. Oh, good. Good light. See if we can... Yeah, let's go this way. Oh, it's a labyrinth. It's getting harder. The maze is getting more complex. Oh, did I do it? No. For a moment, I thought like the super light. Well, as long as I keep seeing new things. As long as I keep seeing new things. Know what I mean? Oh, but this is not... Oh, no. Oh, did I go all the way around? Oh, tell me no. I'll never find my way out. Oh, if this was real, I would already be panicking now. This is the moment where you panic. What's the point? The point is trying to find a way out. That's how it works, Maureen, with these games specifically. And it's based on a concept which is liminal spaces. basically means you have large areas that in theory are designed in a way that make you feel like there should be a lot of people, but they're empty. And this kind of creates a very specific style of psychological horror. But in some of these games have monsters in it that chase you, others don't. But ideally is you found yourself in here, find your way out. Oh, and maybe I did find it. Let me see. Come on. Come on. I know, I jump each time a smiley face. I don't know, I feel like I'm going in circles. I feel like I'm going in circles, damn it. Oh no, okay, wait. This is new. This is new. Left or right? Ooh, I don't know. I'll go right first, and then we'll see. And then we're going left here. Because I came from back there, so I kind of want to... This feels more like progress. Maybe that would kind of... Oh, wow. Okay. Man, how big is this place? You think it's ceremonial? It might be. The game teases me with lights, making me think I reached the end. Thank you, Dapper. Raph, I'm intrigued by the Brythonic language, particularly as a dead language. Brythonic. Brittonic. Okay. Did you know that the Welsh word for England is unrelated to every other language's word of England? That's really cool. It is fascinating. I'm hoping to be able to make a little series on some dead languages actually on the second channel soon. So we'll look into that. Okay, now what? Thank you for the support. I think I'm getting lost again. Oh gosh. I don't want to give up just yet, but I keep feeling that I'm not making progress anymore. Thank you, Evil Black, for the support. It's Evil Otto from Berserk, the first video game character to ever kill a player in real life. No, really, that happened. Seriously, how did it happen? What? Ooh, is that a giant? Oh no! Oh, it's the tree, guys. It's the tree. Man, Berserker reminds me of old school. That's really old school. Well, maybe we were supposed to see, because I remember seeing the tree from downstairs. Logr is the Welsh word for England. Now it knows what the word originally meant. That's so cool. What could it mean? Land of the Muppets? Well, at least we know we are on a different floor because we were coming from upstairs. Okay, now, oh, tell me I can go. Oh, good. Okay. Again, this feels like progress. I don't want to... but again, I have a choice. So either we go that way or we go this way. Let me take a peek. Oh, music. I think music is an indication, guys. Let me see where I hear the music. Here, music. A little bit. Oh, we could go underneath there, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe I need to follow the music? Or does the music take me back to where I came from? Because I could hear it earlier on. That's the thing. That's the thing I don't know. Now I don't hear... Oh. Do I? Maybe. Oh, a door. With an exclamation point. Come on. Yes? I don't see anything. I don't even know if I'm moving. Well, that's a problem. Oh, I need to go like this. So, it looks like... I don't know. Maybe I need to find... You know what it could mean? It won't let me go. I know you're not seeing anything. There is an edge. A ledge. Yeah, there is a ledge. You're right. But it won't let me go. So maybe I need to find a flashlight to continue. So we found... And that's why the room has the exclamation point. That's my guess. Yeah, I try to keep walking, but it just stops. It's like there is a ledge. So let me see. Up the brightness. I guess we can try that in a minute. But let me first see if there is like a flashlight or something over here. But yeah, let me up the brightness a little bit regardless. Master volume. Oh, can I? Graphics. Resolution. Oh, maybe not. You're not allowed. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't up the brightness. That's crazy. That's insane, actually. Alright, let me see if we got something here. I feel like that is the end of the level. Yeah, they know people will cheat, you're right. But I mean, at this point, they could have given me the freaking flashlight. Am I right? I mean, I could do it on the monitor, you're right. But then you wouldn't really see a difference. How many hundreds of swimming pool do you need? Exactly, but this looks... Okay, this looks significant. Look at that. This actually looks significant. Reflection makes it uncomfortable. We could go up or we could go left. I'm going up. We have to save the princess. Oh, music, guys. This has to mean progress. I'm gonna follow the music. Wow. Holy moly, this place. Oh, the music goes away here. It fades. So let me try the other side. Oh no, the music just gone. Oh no, it's back. Okay. Princess is in another castle, guys. Yeah, this, I think maybe the music comes from here. Please don't tell me I went all the way around to the first slide. Because if that's the case, I'm gonna flip the table. I'm gonna flip the table if that's the case. No, okay, this is the entire section like this. Alright, cool. Oh no. It is. We're back to... Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is difficult. This is exact... Oh my gosh. I'm going back. Holy... This is unbelievable. We're never gonna get out of here. I'm going the other way. We need a map. You're absolutely right. I would panic, yeah. So I'm gonna go this way, but at this point... This is purgatory? Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go this way. Unbelievable. I can't wait to have that flatbread, I'll be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to it. Also, we need to play this Expedition 33 together one of these nights. Okay. Greetings to Doomslayer, thank you for being here. I kind of want to play a game where you are one of the monsters using a limb in a place to teleport behind a human. Yeah, that could be fun actually as a game concept. One of the players is the monster. And then, ooh, we found Jesus. One of the players is the monster and then the other players need to run away. I wonder if it exists. I'm gonna follow the cross, guys. I'm gonna follow the cross. I mean, it could also mean grave, meaning you're gonna die. I don't know, but I'm gonna be positive about this. Alright. We found the holy water. Yeah. In nomine Pater et Filii et Spiritus Sanctus. Spiritus Sancti, did I say? It's that Muppet again, but the game is saving. And there is music. I'll take it. Wow, this is impressive actually. The architecture. I'm going this way. I played Dead by Daylight actually, it's pretty good. I haven't played it in a while, but it was kind of fun. Gio says, when I say thank you for correcting the lies and bullshit the people try. Absolutely, my friend, you can count on me. Thank you for being here. Yeah, that was a bit cathedral-like, you're right. Sondra says, smiley. I really feel like I'm all the way back. I think my flatbread is good. Oh no! But what? I'm gonna try it again. I'm going in here and I don't even care. Come on. Show me the fiber of your fabric. Yeah, you're not allowed. I don't think I'm gonna find the exit, guys. I think I'm stuck. I think I am stuck forever. It's a nice door. Usually, I mean, I've finished several backrooms games. Several. This is the first one when I'm genuinely struggling to find my way around. I mean, technically it's not exactly a backroom game because it didn't start in the backrooms, the yellow ones. But it's a backrooms, right, games. I mean, look at the, this is the clear interpretation of the pool, which is one of the classical areas in the backrooms. And this is the first one that I'm actually struggling. You can't jump. There's no jump button. I do believe that it might be that I actually need to find a flashlight of sorts. I do have that feel still. But it's impossible. Like, where the heck is it? What if it's all the way at the beginning of the level? 404 error incoming. No, Alt F4 error incoming soon if I don't find anything in the next 5 minutes. I mean, I like it, but I might try another level. I'm gonna give up on this one. It is nice though, but I don't want to spend like 3 hours. Oh, it's not the purple one again. I swear I'm gonna scream. Oh no, it's not that one though, it's a different one. Okay. Okay. There are no clues. No, these games don't tell you anything, which I do appreciate because it makes me feel more like old school games. It's not like we were told anything. It's called Dreamcore, Lady Jennifer. Is this... Ooh. Oh, wait. Maybe this is a special room. I like the fact that it saves, so that I know that it will start from here. Oh, unless this is the ending. Wait. This is kind of special. Well, I gotta go look at that. Because now I'm curious. Yeah, also, Lady Jennifer, if you like this kind of games, I strongly recommend you the Complex Expedition. It's another backroom games. I finished the whole thing on stream, on Twitch. And man, that was great. The beginning looked so good. Ooh, it's the yellow guy. That I thought it was a video clip. And I didn't even try to move my character for a while. This is how good it looked. Are these the holes where the smiley faces come from? Maybe. Doom the Dark Ages feels a bit too action-y for my like. Oh! Oh, come on. This is progress. This has to be progress. We've got to be close to the end now. Come on. We saw all the colors. Am I right? That is the only thing. It's either the music is an indication or the different colors of the plastic slides. And now we saw all the colors. It's gotta be you can't put me back into. Oh, come on, don't give me options though. Left or right again. Goodness gracious, guys. Stairway. Stairway is. Smiley face rollout. Yep. Metatron in the back rooms. Okay, this is the first time we see this kind of green, I think. So I suppose that's a good sign. We could go down there, but I'm just gonna continue this way just to explore this level first. Stairway equals wrong way. You might be right. What about this though? What about donut? A red donut. Is that a good sign? I'm going down, but I just want to have a look at a peek. Yeah, okay, we don't care about this. It's gonna go back. So okay, got a little music again. I'm not very confident in my ability to. No climbing over railing. Okay. Stairways. I know you think the stairways are not a good idea, but I can't resist. Oh! What is that? Why do I have a horrible feeling right now? Why do I think that all of this was for nothing? Why do I have that feeling, guys? Well, I'm gonna see where this takes us. I feel like we went all the way around. Is it me? Or is the game screwing with my head? Isn't this the beginning? Oh my gosh, we went all the way around. Okay, so I give up on this level. I'm gonna try another level now. I'm giving up on this one. Couldn't finish this one. Let's try next one. Main menu. Yes. Wow, that was crazy. Infinite IKEA. Play level. So we could try Eternal Suburbia or Playrooms. Let's try Playrooms. Let's have a look. No, they're not randomly generated people. There is a path. You can memorize it, yeah. If I can at least finish one, that would be lovely. Jubbly. It's like the back rooms, yeah. It's kind of like the back rooms with more bowls, I suppose. One second, please. Okay, so. Lovely. Pastel room. Ooh, my wife would love it. She loves pastel colors. Left, right, and pink. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, look at this. We still don't have a flashlight? Nope. Wow. Toys rooms. That's. Can I open the door? No? No. No opening doors, guys. Oh, this is gonna get very similar very soon. Wow, I love this. Actually, when I was a child, for whatever the heck reasons, my parents decided to paint all the walls of our entire apartment this exact color. I have no idea why, but I do remember much of my elementary or primary school years. Yeah, the house looked like this, without these doors or entrances. But yeah, I mean, as a child, I didn't mind. I thought, blue, cool, wow. I didn't care, but I honestly do not know why they made that choice, but whatever. Then we moved to another house, and so the blue thing finished. They never did it again. Oh, we got some red. I love the colors, though. I personally prefer it when you have a mixture of mostly white walls with sometimes some accent walls. They could be like a cream or a little beige. That's what I like. Oh, well, oh, we found a key. I didn't know you could find key, but you have a yellow key, guys. Yeah, to break up the monotony, exactly. We have a key. Great. Now we need a door. Do you think that door... Well, it wasn't yellow, though. It was more of a red-orange door. I have to imagine it's color-coded. If not, I'm sure we'll go back. Yeah, I think it's going to be a yellow door, to be honest. Oh, there we go. That's the yellow section. Makes sense. Let's see if we can find a door. Man, look at that floor. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of cool. Very like, oh my gosh. Those guys are back. Hey there. Smiley faces. Smiley faces. Ooh, we got a Lego castle. Ooh, that looks fun. I'm not going to lie. That looks fun. Man, there is something even about this with the VHS effect. Kind of reminds me those like kids cartoons, old school, and that you could watch on VHS tape. Kind of had these colors, for what I remember a little bit. That's a lot of chess. I do like this. I like this level, I think, more than the pool. The pool is a classic. Just like the hall is another classic in the backrooms environment canon. But this is also pretty nice. For a change. I like the variety in color. An 8-year-old just asked what's a VHS. Goodness gracious. That's cute. It's the only way to fly. Alright, we've got a nice pastel mint green. I'm not sure about the combination. Well, the combination with violet kind of makes it look vintage. Rather than direct contrasting colors with red and green, this actually does make it look vintage. Okay, can I go down there? Because it looks fun. Are there monsters? Sometimes in some liminal games, yes, and you're chased, you need to run away. Others don't put the monsters and just create the scenario of the dread of being alone and lost. I like both types. Kind of depends on the mood, I suppose. But even those games that are the backroom games that do add the monsters, as long as they don't overdo it, because I like it, but I feel like it's better when you build comfort, in the sense that first you feel like, oh, there is nothing, and then the monster arrives, and then you run for your life, but then it shouldn't happen for a while again, so that you make the person feel safe. Or always expecting it, like when is it gonna happen? That's pretty nice game design. I'm not for like cheap jump scares. Alright, so what have we got? Alright, so there is a stop. I do have a key, but I haven't found a door. The objective of the game is to find your way out. As simple as that. But it's really like this is up to this point was the hardest backroom inspired game that I've played so far to find my way around. It's like these levels are huge. Okay, this loops. Pink and orange, what a combination. Oh, look at that. Can I use it? Or is it just decorate? Ooh. Haha. How do you call these in English? I call this a scala chiocciola in Italian, which means, how would you translate it? It's like a snail staircase. You say spiral staircase. Cool. Thank you for that. Spiral staircase. And I can't see anything again. Okay. Spiral staircase. Yeah, thank you. Well, there is an arrow. Great. Very useful. Oh, so we see the stop sign. Okay. Nice. This still feels like... And also, this type of doors have a little bit of an Arabian look, like Persian maybe, like ancient Persian look to them. Yeah, maybe Persian. Oh, is there... for a moment I thought there was some music. There are so many Ooh. Oh, don't tell me I need to go in that thing. So up to this point, I feel like I'm making progress, but I also felt that way in the pools. But at least this is a little easier to orientate, a little. Still difficult, but at least there are the different colors. Mint and light blue. Mint and cyan, maybe? What about this way? Man, this is gigantic. Oh. Yeah, but here there is a light. I feel like it's gonna loop around. Or not. Caution, okay. Ooh. Wow, this lilac. Lilac. My gosh, what is it with me today in pronunciation? Lilac. Lovely. So guys, would you live in a place like this? Be honest with me. Would you live in a place like this? Ooh, we got a message from the wife. She says almost done. I'll say, wow. I told her we're very excited for the food. Man, would it be cool like if you guys could all hang out here with me right now in our house, and then we share the food? That would be fun. I mean, it's impossible, but it would be fun to imagine. Okay, so okay, good. All right. Is the way you say schedule the British pronunciation? Yeah, I think in England, in the UK, most people say schedule. I know people here say schedule. I've always said schedule because that's the first time I heard it was in England when I was a kid. So I suppose that's why that one became my default. Oh! Maze, and there is a door. It's green though. Will the yellow key fit the... Well, I found a green key. So, like a Muppet Cosa Nostra. Thank you, Daniel, for the support. So we have the key for that door. How do we get to it? Is there a way down here? You like the pool level more? Alright guys, so where would you, if you had to choose, you either live in the pool level or in this level. Neither is not an option. I'm trying to find a way to go down because I have the key to the door. Maybe this way? Am I going down too much? How do I get to that, man? The labyrinth, the maze. I'm gonna pull it, yeah, I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it when the food arrives here, so then I get to eat. Well, there is a ladder. Can I go up the ladder? No. That would have been fun. I mean, technically, in the pool, you won't die of thirst unless there is chlorine in the water, in which case it's even worse, because you can't drink it, but then you get thirsty. Oh, I did it. I did it, guys. At least I made it to the green door with the green key. Come on. The sky room. Woohoo! Oh no. Oh, don't tell me I need to find a... What? Come on. Okay, good. Okay, never mind. Whew. Are you good enough to go to heaven? Oh, wow. We are in heaven, guys. Not exactly how I had imagined it, but hey. You can drink it? You can drink chlorinate? I did not know that. Good to know. I don't think that was the green door for the key, to be honest, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, guys. I got an achievement. So, I mean, did you get an achievement? I didn't see any achievement on your screen. Okay. Oh, it's done, guys. It's done. Okay, so we have another room. And we need that, yeah, we need... I haven't found a red key. Have you found a red key? I didn't see any red key. But that's what we need. A red key. Now, here is my question. What if you were supposed to find the red key before reaching the red door? And now I'm here. And I'm gonna just walk around for no reason because there is I left it behind. If that's what happened, we're cooked. If that's what happened, we're cooked. Oh, that's a lovely staircase, though. Very colorful. Oh, I kind of like that. Let's go this way. I like this level a lot. Yeah, if you just put randomly a key into a room that I could easily miss, but you still allow me to proceed and find other keys and move, and then I was supposed to go all the way back, I wouldn't be a huge fan of that game design logic. But then again, I mean, it's fine. I mean, whatever. But I'm just saying it makes it particularly difficult. At this point, I would have, if it were me, I would have done like, before you get the key, you can't get to the next area, if you know what I mean. But maybe they did it on purpose. I mean, at the end of the day, Souls games are particularly difficult, and people like them because of it. And if they make them easier, then people don't like them anymore, at least the core fans. So, I mean, if it works for some people, that's great. The problem with me is that if I continue to go around, then I find nothing. Eventually, I exit. Oh, she's here. Hi. Well, then we do the poll. Hi. Welcome.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, because I've been wearing this, so I needed to keep it cold.
Wow.
Let's see what we've got, guys. We got a taste test. We got a taste test.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello, Meta Wife.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing today?
So it's a flatbread.
If you need more, let me know.
Oh, no, I'll start with this. It's totally fine.
Hey.
I need to show them, though.
Hi, and I got you a drink.
Oh, she got me a drink as well, guys.
Hi, Chad.
Did you bring enough for everyone, they're asking?
Yes, one bite.
Here's what we've got, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a little flatbread
How
with cheese
Yeah, there you go.
and creme fraiche and tomato.
I don't
Looks
even think
great.
it has cheese.
I think it does have cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I could be wrong, though.
But it's so good. Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Buon appetito.
Hi, chat. Hi, everyone. Sorry.
You're sleepy? Oh, this is great.
Yeah, it is very good. It looks awesome, Kristen. Yeah, it does. I'm good, Lady Jennifer. How are you doing? Gruti, Pier. I wish I could send y'all some, for sure. Bravissimo, see. I'm hungry now. Spatula, yeah, I just ate as well. Hi, Daniel. Baker or bread? I don't know. I'd like to bake the bread.
Yeah, you have been working on a...
I literally just started my sourdough journey. Like, literally just started. I'm 2 days in. I'm learning how to do it because I bought some sourdough starter. So I'm trying to make sourdough. Looks buonissimo, Jack Shepherd. Yeah, it's really good. It's at Trader Joe's, and it's like a flatbread, creme fraiche, tomatoes. It's in like the frozen area with the pizzas. So if you have a Trader Joe's near you, then I would definitely check it out. Yeah, it's very crispy for sure. Whole wheat sourdough is my favorite. I haven't tried whole wheat sourdough.
Wow.
My mom, when I was a kid, she used to literally make bread. Like, not in like the cute, like, ooh, I'm gonna make some bread. Like, she used to make like industrial bread. Like, whole grain. It was terrible, but it was, I guess, very healthy for you.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, because please,
She wants you, yeah.
Chlorine turquoise.
Oh, there we go.
What happened? Did y'all have a...
I was made fun of because I say turquoise.
Oh, well, yeah.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
But I do say chlorine too, so maybe I wasn't nailed it, yeah.
Were they thinking I was going to say like chlorine?
Yeah, I guess.
No, yeah, chlorine.
I haven't got a clue.
Nailed it. Make your own starter. It's easy. Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I am just getting into it. So when I bought the starter, it came with like a bunch of other stuff. So like I got like a bread knife, like I don't know what you would call it, but it's the one where it looks like a square. It kind of looks like that, and you hold it like this, and you just kind of cut the bread in half. A brick of bread, yeah, Kristen, for sure. Whole wheat is so heavy, I know, it is a lot. But then I got like 2 baskets to where it will like, you can put the dough in and you can have it proof in the baskets. It's very cute. I got like a little wooden spatula with it.
So she got
an apron.
Wooden spatula, apron, bread, and cute baskets. That's called Trad Wife Starter Kit.
Can you say that on the internet?
Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I genuinely love this. Like, I don't care if I'm a trad wife, so be it. I love it. I love it so much. Retro Ricks, hello.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Honorable bringer of cheese, Dreamheart Cat, yes. But today I'm the honorable bringer of flatbread. That's why she's called wife. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm also very lucky. I'm so lucky to have him because he's the best. He's the best husband ever.
Thank you.
Shout out to all the traditional or loving traditional wives. Yes. Woo. You're right, Lady Jennifer. Have y'all been doing? Have y'all been talking about a lot of stuff? Did y'all do a lot of things?
Yeah, I did both things that I wanted to cover.
Nice.
And then we were playing a bit now.
Oh, Lady Jennifer, you should totally, absolutely. You'd be a great one. Oh yeah, we're definitely very blessed. 100%. Doomslayer. Like, everything that I have, like, I don't know if anybody watching this is, a believer. I'm a Christian, but, I believe that we're blessed very much. So, Veronica, I agree to an extent. I don't consider myself a trad wife. Like, I don't tell people that I'm a trad wife because, like, when I think of trad wife, number one, I don't have children yet. Number two, it's not like it's... I feel like if people that call themselves trad wives, they want to be known as that. I don't really necessarily care. I'm just in my...
Like for social media.
Yeah. I'm just a stay-at-home wife. And it's good for me because I love to cook. I don't love to clean. It's not like I love to clean, but like I listen to my audiobooks while I'm cleaning, so I get to do something that I like to do. I get to, read my books, cook, bake, all the things, but
Yeah.
I still just really like
Empu
it.
put it very well.
You're not traditional to be traditional. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're just who you are, yeah.
It just happens to be like, these are the things that I like to do. And it just so happens to coincide with, do you need more?
No, this was fantastic. Okay. I mean, I do need more, but a little later.
Okay.
That was great.
Yeah, but like there are people, and I'm all for, please don't like get me wrong. I am totally for like, if you're a woman and if you don't want to deal with that and if you just want to go out and do your career.
Freedom.
Absolutely, by all means.
Yeah, freedom.
100%.
To each his own.
I know a lot of women that would rather have a career and they would want to really, I guess, make something of themselves. For me, I am very just
Well, you're
happy.
still making something of yourself in
I
a different way.
For sure.
Very nice.
Yeah, that got off into a different topic, but...
That was great.
Oh, Romanian Northern but she... Oh, Doomslayer. Yeah, I imagine that is such a very common fear, for sure. Well, I just...
Oh, look at that.
That's nice. What is this?
So it's kind of like a backrooms game, but without... Yeah, it's like a different take on it, but wow!
Oh my God.
Legoland! Man, I want to get to Legoland. How do I get there?
We can go to Legoland.
No, I actually... do we have a Legoland in the US?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Probably.
Oh, I want to get to the Lego section.
Yes.
While we talk, oh, maybe?
Dreamheart Cat, I agree. Modern workplace is insane. Like, I used to work at... Can I say it now that I don't work
Of course
there
you can.
anymore?
Yeah, of course you
I
can.
used to work at CBS, and guys, it was absolutely terrible.
Mhm.
Like, that company is awful, in my opinion. I had a really bad experience.
Allegedly. For the lawyers.
Allegedly. In my humble opinion. Allegedly. But, yeah, it was just not for me. As a woman, I feel what your wife... Yeah, Kristen, for sure.
What are we saying?
I don't know.
Well, they just go to
Why was there a-
Denmark.
Oh, Benjamin, that's really nice. I'm glad to hear she was able to push through with that. But I know having any kind of phobia in general is so hard to push through. But
Maybe.
and 4 kids later, that's amazing. Oh, I'm so glad we found each other for real.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been playing Expedition 33.
Yeah.
And I'm genuinely in
How is it?
love with that game. It is so good. So good. I thought there was a Legoland in Atlanta. There might be. There might be. Kingpin, great game. Yeah, it does look really nice. Oh, I'm sorry.
Expedition 33.
No, Expedition 33 is so good. I haven't gotten too far, so don't spoil anything, please. Am I working on any Lego project? So I just finished the Millennium Falcon.
Do you want to show them?
Sure.
Yeah, you can see. You can show. Yeah, I'm back to the freaking room.
another trad wife thing. Building Lego.
Legos, I guess. It's a bit of a modern trad wife with the Lego involvement. But oh wow, what a room! Alright, let me switch to full camera so they can actually see it.
Okay.
There we go.
Rad wife, hell yeah. So here, I don't want to. Here it is. It's raining really hard outside.
Is it?
Yeah. So this one is like the, I guess, more basic
Yeah.
one because they literally have one that's like $800.
Yeah, but it's this big.
No, it's even bigger. It's massive.
It's massive.
And I feel like I don't know if I could do that one.
It's probably, who knows. So how long did it take you to make this one?
Well, this one, Rivendell, took me the longest to make so far. This one, I was just being really lazy and didn't do it for a few days. But this one wouldn't have taken very long.
I like this one because you can put it here. We can keep it for the... Actually, that's kind of cool. For the next video for the third channel, I should have this one on the side. Particularly if we talk about Star Wars games.
Yeah, the gigantic one is so, yeah, it's very expensive, but it's really cool. So like if you're a big Star Wars nerd, then like it'd be definitely worth it.
Yeah, you've got to be like a fool on...
My Star Wars nerd is so yeah. Oh, Doomslayer, that's
So sorry to
terrible.
hear
I'm
that.
so sorry to hear that. My goodness.
Yeah, so sorry to hear that. I got lost, guys, again.
Oh, Veronica said to not put it here because you're gonna knock it over if you get jump scared.
That's actually a very good idea. I could put it there when I'm filming something.
You're looking out, Veronica. Looking out. Okay. I'm gonna move it.
Oh, but this is the first time I see this then. Nice.
Okay.
Very
And
nice. Yeah.
the next Lego thing that I'm going to build, I still have it downstairs, but I haven't started it yet, is I love how I'm like squeezing.
You're moving my my mouse, yeah.
I'm like squeezing in here. I'm just like,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Do you have time to talk about your car's extended warranty?
Car is extended warranty.
No, what was I talking about?
I have no idea.
Lego. I was talking about my Lego thing. So the next Lego set that I have is a book nook because Lego finally started making book nooks, and it's another Lord of the Rings one,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's the Balrog. So it's like a scene from when Gandalf, they're in like the mines of Moria and he fights the Balrog. So it's like that scene, but it opens and you can have it like that, or you can close it into like a rectangle, and it's a book nook. So then it goes into your bookshelf. It's really cool.
Okay, I think I'm lost, so I'm kind of over it for now. And I think I'm gonna call it a night.
Start putting googly eyes on everything. Yeah. Yeah, spatula crit. The large one is like $1,000. It's wild.
Holy moly! What, the Star Wars?
Yeah.
Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my God, the Notre Dame Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I love that one. I want to do the Trevi Fountain. They have that one too.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for Rome.
Yeah. Googly eyes on the chair is a must. Like whenever you get up to go to the bathroom, you should
That's
have googly-
actually a good idea. If we can find
Because-
them on eBay.
Because look back here. Well, don't look. But back here, it's open, so
Mhm.
it kind of looks like a mouth.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. We've got to do that. Maybe I did make a little progress here at the end of the day, but I'm still kind of lost. That's what I thought with the pool's level.
Oh, I did Starry Night. Starry Night, believe it or not, was like the second one. The second Lego thing that I ever built. I built a Christmas tree. The first one that I built was a Christmas
Yeah.
tree, the little one for Christmas. And then the second one that I built was Starry Night.
Yeah, that's what the shed is gonna look like. Exactly. And then the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Scared face, it's funny. But yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a night.
You tired?
Yeah, I'm a little tired. I think I'm gonna call it a night.
Okie dokie.
And then, yeah, we'll continue. Talk with me, it's okay, says whatever the heck. It is a massive level. That's one thing about this game compared to the other back rooms, is that it's the levels are gigantic, but it's a little difficult to navigate. That's the only thing. Yeah, I feel like you see I went around again. That's okay.
Put a horrified face on a toilet.
Oh, that's funny. All right, exit. Noble ones, thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you for the generosity and
Noble
everything.
ones, thank you so much for joining the stream and for the generosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's repeating everything I say.
I'm
I'm a Muppet. I'm a Muppet.
I'm a Muppet.
There we go.
You're a Muppet.
Yeah. All right, guys. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much for being here. I'll see you.
The Patreon page, yes, it is still accurate.
Oh, yeah. No, Patreon is, yeah, of course. Yeah,
For
the
sure.
links are still correct.
Yes.
Totally. All right,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Cha 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 cha. Cha 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 cha. One.